I am really bad at introducing people, and it's because I'm right here,
Okay.
and then I see
Until
names.
she goes there.
I'm Grandma. You're
I'm Grandma.
Tracy.
Okay. And
This is William, their uncle.
Best uncle.
the best uncle. I like that.
I am.
Do you have a t-shirt yet?
I don't have a t-shirt.
No, but the
Christmas
girls,
is coming.
they got the girls got Papa one that says, my favorite name is Papa.
There you go.
I love that. If I liked my ex, I'd have my grandkids get in that. I don't like it.
Well, mine's not an ex. We've been married 30 years.
Congratulations. That's
Ooh,
awesome.
nice.
That's awesome.
I think so.
He's just gonna sit there and bang on the door.
Let him in. This is his house.
Yeah, we're taking out of his house just because we're here.
He's just gonna sit there and bang on the
Cody.
door.
Come on. Sit down.
Alright, so tell me a little bit about you. Where'd you grow up at?
Here.
Emmett?
Yeah.
Alright, so I've heard people refer to Emmett as the black hole.
Yeah.
He sucks in one end and blows out the other.
I love
I-
it.
I
No,
was raised here
seriously,
too.
Were you
It acts as a
high?
wind tunnel. It does act as a wind tunnel. We get the wind from the northwest. No, that's northwest. No, it comes in from this side and goes out that side.
It goes everywhere in Emmett.
Did you graduate high school then?
No.
No, GED?
Yes, HSE actually.
I'm sorry.
HSE.
Oh, nice. Any college, trade school? So what do you do for a living?
Been doing temp work through a staffing agency for 5 years.
Nice. Do you have any special skills, anything you like to look into?
Actually,
Make people laugh.
demolition.
Be a comedian, that'll work.
De-
Comedy clubs.
demolition. You know, work a lot of demo
Ooh,
jobs.
nice.
I've done a lot of it.
Alright.
I'm actually trying for a job right now in Nevada,
Oh, wow.
working in the pit mine, so.
Nice. Okay, so I gotta ask about the demo jobs. What's the best part about breaking stuff?
Not getting hurt.
Not getting hurt?
I don't know. Actually, one of the better ones I had kind of recently is actually ripped down the whole ceiling in one blow on an accident. It was kind of an accident. It was all gridironed up and stuff, and we put support pillars into it. Nobody wanted to do it, and I'm just tall enough. I was able to put my weight into it and pull it down, and the whole ceiling just kind of.
That would have been awesome to see. I think
I
so.
like drywall.
Well, you've seen how big he is.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's pretty good.
He's just a little guy.
Actually,
I have little boys.
another fun one was the VA. We had
My daughter's
concrete.
fine.
We had a brick wall, and we had
There you
windows.
go.
When we took out the
It's very
second part between the
protective.
windows, we were
Yes.
able to push it down. That's fun.
That
It was probably about 2,000 pounds of brick.
You just love tearing stuff up, honestly.
Yes and no, I do, but it takes its toll after a while.
I can see that, but especially if you're angry, you just have one of those days.
Yeah,
It's like that stupid drywall ain't got a chance.
actually, I don't really
Code.
have as much anger when I do it. It's just more trying to keep it
Sorry.
done.
Oh, here.
Cody.
So you said you're looking at a job in Nevada in the mines. That's a long ways away from your girls.
Yeah, I need my own house.
I can understand that.
Just not a lot
Sorry,
of
Mom,
money.
but he wants his own house.
Just not a
Oh,
lot
that's
of money.
okay.
Just not a lot of money to be
Please.
made in Idaho, especially
Please.
with not having
Sit.
trades. My friend down
Good
there gave me
boy.
a job starting, I think it's starting at $22 an hour.
Oh, nice.
So, here where I can
Good
make 12 or down there where I make 22, I can actually save up money.
Definitely.
So,
And isn't it in the mines, it'd be like, you get like a week or two off every month or something like that?
yeah, from what I understand, from what I talked to him, is you work 2 weeks, you get 2 weeks off.
Okay.
I'd probably do 1 week off and try to get some overtime to
Oh,
further
definitely.
it. But,
So you could still come and
oh,
definitely still be a part of the girls' life.
definitely. Actually, I plan on buying like an RV or something
Oh,
like that.
nice.
Just where I can just pick them up and go camping, or
Sweet.
if I want to just drive to the coast, I can just drive to the coast or something.
Cool. I'll give you my address because I like to go to the coast.
My dream.
Yeah, I kind of invite myself along. So what do you do for fun?
Concerts, tattoos, obviously.
How many tattoos do you got?
Well,
Wow. My youngest son will be 18 the first part of December. And the rule of my house is you have to be 18 and pay for it yourself. I ain't paying for it. You got to do it on your own. So his brothers are already helping him figure out where to go get tattoos.
In our house, it was you don't get tattoos while you live here.
See, my husband said that with his daughter, but she got her older sister to sign, and she's got a tattoo now. She's only 17.
I said, no, that didn't work at our house.
Yeah. My boys at least are scared enough at me that they wait till they're 18.
These guys were out of the house before they got their tattoos. Then they came back.
But you didn't say they couldn't come back after they got them.
I don't. They're all, this house is known as the home base.
Uh-huh.
If you bring your kids. We had Alicia the first few years of her life living with us, and Jeremy, of course, more than she ever saw her mom.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And not long after we found out Melly was ours,
Maybe?
because she was 2.5 before we found out she was ours,
Did you guys talk to my wife?
we had Melly and Lacey living with us for, what, 2 years? Before they ever went to live with Debbie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And off and on, they have lived with us and stuff. Debbie didn't get them full time until Jeremy and his ex-girlfriend broke up.
Which was last November, you said?
Last November,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they broke up, and so he had no place to go. So Debbie
No, the reason.
was more stable home.
At that point
so she
in time,
gave
it was, Debbie was in the same school district, so wasn't taking him out of school, and was right in the school you're like now, so let's keep him in school, and she got him, and here we are.
Yes.
So is there a custody arrangement between the two of you?
I thought so, but I haven't.
There is a court order.
It's a parenting plan specifically. It's not a
Okay.
custody agreement, judge officiated custody agreement. It's a parenting plan. I do believe that was signed by a judge.
Actually, I think it went through Health and Welfare last time, because when we did the amendment to include Milena, and then when I found out for the paternity test that she was fine, so it was amended to add her into it, so it's all official.
Mhm.
What is
And
it?
it's 50-50.
It's 50-50?
Yes. And sorry I'm talking over.
No, you're fine. The more information I get, the better, so, and if he's okay with you answering some questions. I
Well,
don't know.
he's 6'2", wears a size 2 boot.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a baby.
He's scary. A scary person.
Weighs maybe $150 soaking wet.
Maybe if you're lucky.
With waterproof boots that are saturated.
Yeah. More information's better, right?
More better. Alright, so you said you had him for most of the time.
Yeah, I've had it for about 4 years of our lives.
How come you're not having him right now? How come you don't get to visit him?
School. Actually, because the counselor,
Okay.
recommended to Debbie that, I guess this, to not let me get them, and she's enforcing it. Saying that if she thought it was in her best interest to not let me see the kids, I guess, or something. I forgot how the exact wording was.
Okay.
I don't have my paperwork on me.
No,
so
you're
you know.
This is me as a mom talking. Talk to a lawyer.
Oh, I got one. In fact, actually, don't take it wrong, I gave her your card.
Oh, that's perfect.
I
That's
gave
great.
her, I gave her actually I've given her everything.
That's good. I'm person who will get it, because I mean, I can't mitigate custody, all I can do is
Yeah.
mitigate safety for the girls,
Yeah.
so.
I just figured.
The
what
girls
she-
are very safe here. This has always been their safe spot.
Okay.
For a long, long time, every time Debbie wanted to see them and take them, the girls did not want to go.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
the same thing
That's happening now.
Except for me.
in
Except for,
reverse.
yeah.
Just switch
reverse.
parents,
Yes.
Yes.
I just think it's they get comfortable with where they're at and they don't like change it.
which actually makes sense.
Yeah.
They're 9 and 7, of course.
Of course.
But for a long time, well, the girls call me my mom, and that's because when they were little, they were calling me mama.
Oh.
And I had to do something so Debbie wouldn't be hurt
Right,
by them calling me mama. So we went with my mom,
I like that,
so that the girls differentiated.
between mom and my mom.
Because we had them. I mean, I've got another granddaughter that's 2 months younger than Elise, and I had twins all the time. Because I was tired, I quit working to take care of the kids. So that Jeremy could work, Doug could work, William was military, but I had the kids all the time. Debbie went, when she moved into that little camp trailer, she went almost 6 months without even calling to check on the girls.
Oh, really?
And I finally got hold of her, found out where she was, and took the kids to her. And I took the kids to her every couple of weeks to spend time with her. and stuff. And then they moved in with that Jeremy, what's his last name?
Franklin.
No, she moved with Joe down here.
Oh,
Well, no, yeah, but I was thinking about Jeremy, what's his face, where,
Yeah.
she was telling us that there was drugs all the time and drinking all the time, and, he is on the sex register list.
Oh my.
Yeah, I didn't.
And she lived there for, what, 2 years? Off and on for 2 years? And would take the girls, and she told us that she caught one of his daughters molesting Alicia, but she wouldn't move out. And we heard about things like this frequently. And so, we were trying to get her, move out of there. And she would not.
and at that time, we were trying to work with her to try to,
We were doing everything we could to work with
to
her.
keep both parents in the kid's life, and, so we didn't wanna jump the gun and call you guys.
We were trying very hard. We have worked for 9 years with her as much as we can work with everybody.
Oh,
Trying to keep things,
His
they were coming over here for Christmas and Thanksgivings. Her little boy was calling Jeremy daddy.
his daughter also was like 9, so it wasn't much of an age difference.
No, there wasn't a big age difference.
Just figured I'd
But
throw
still-
that there. Just, yeah.
But still it's concerning because obviously she's learning that behavior somewhere and
Right.
by not stopping or kicking her daughter out of there, who knows what else there was exposure to.
Right. But her little boy, Eric, started calling Jeremy daddy for a long time because Jeremy, when he would get the girls, he would get Eric.
Oh, really?
And he would take Eric to things. They had that Halloween thing that I went to with you guys. With you and Dawn and the girls and Eric.
You talking about the one off the freeway?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mace?
Yeah, it was the corn maze. I think this is the last year they're doing it too. Well,
I heard that the St. Al's is
yeah.
out.
But
They
we-
are moving though. They're not gone for good. They're
Oh.
moving to a smaller location.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
But Jeremy
something
took
about
him
that.
to that.
So,
And Jeremy did a lot of things with him. He would take him and have him spend the night so the girl had their brother. He has spent the night here a number of times. So the girls still saw that, we're not excluding him just because he's not ours, doesn't mean he's not ours.
his,
Right.
his real dad wasn't the bitch. His in the picture.
okay.
Yeah, and we would buy him Christmas gifts and everything else. And they spent Thanksgiving and Christmas with us.
I think they did last year.
We did it every year for a long time. Debbie would come over and her and I would work in the garden or just doing things.
So you guys had a
Trying
good
to
relationship
keep-
for the longest
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yes, we did everything we could to keep it
We've had our
because
ups and
it's,
downs, but most parts always been good.
but we tried to keep it going so that the girls had both parents involved.
Right.
They had a safe home. They had stability. They knew that if they had, if they needed somebody, they had a lot of people here backing them up.
Sounds like a lot
For
of
whatever.
supports here.
We've always tried.
For a long time, yeah. This is where, oftentimes when they had a problem at school or something like that, they'd come talk to either Papa or, their aunt, my sister.
Or me, that one time I got called at work saying, Mama, we've got Alicia needing her mama because she's got a problem and she won't talk to us about it. So I took her out and bought her yogurt and went driving and sat and parked and ate yogurt and talked.
That's awesome.
And this was something that happened, this was the norm. All of this stuff that's going on now, it's out of left. We're kind of going, I'm kind of like very shell-shocked because these girls have always been close to us. Debbie and I have been pretty dang close. When Debbie wanted to leave her first husband, Ryan, she called my husband and I. We went and got her, and her little Eric was just born. He was less than a month old.
Actually, it was kind of
And
he
we,
threatened to throw us off the property, and I said I wasn't leaving without them and the kids.
yeah,
Because Debbie asked us to leave, and I was like, I'm not leaving without the kids and Debbie. He's like, well, get me off the property. I was like, my kids are here, and I don't trust you, I'm not leaving. So,
and Papa and I went, but we put her on the bus with the baby. Jeremy quit his job, sold everything he had, cause she wanted to go move with her, to her mom's.
He's a, like a
So he
after-party
sold
type deal.
everything he owned,
They got a
except for a vehicle.
float.
He
They came here and we celebrated here.
Quit his job, everything, to move to Oregon to be with his girls. She decided she wanted to come home. She called Doug and I. Doug and I drove all night to Oregon, cause they were over by Eugene.
Yeah, actually it was Eugene.
Yeah, we drove all the way over there one night, slept for 2 hours in the car, and drove all the way back with the girls and Eric and her, and Doug and I.
So when did things shift?
Probably a couple months ago. Actually, it kind of started when me and Don broke up about a year ago, actually.
And Dawn and her started running around together,
Mhm,
and that's when things took a big change.
mhm.
That's when Jeremy became Mr. Evil instead of Mr. Wonderful. Because Debbie had told us a number of times he should like to have him back. I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all good, it's all good. I lost what I was gonna say.
When
Oh,
things-
so when you pick up the girls, when you go over there to pick up the girls, how do they act?
Normally, they're always happy to see me, and they got in the car and stuff. Actually, it wasn't until probably a month and a half ago that really it just started changing.
And it took a big change fast.
Like, normally, okay, Alicia's had a couple times where she wanted to stay there for whatever reason. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, you're into the age, I'm trying to give you some independence. You know, if you want to stay here, I'll let you stay here. But then it started becoming more and more routine, and now it's been a month since I've seen her. Yeah, and then Lainey, it's been 3 weeks now.
Two.
No, it's 2
Three.
last week, I'm 3 now.
Oh, yeah.
And normally, you know, they're always happy to see me, now it's all of a sudden, they're
They're terrified.
they were
they're
crying in the car evidently when we were showing up. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, they're crying. They don't want to get you. And evidently they're afraid that we're going to rip them out of the car and take them. I'm like,
Which,
Is that with
And none
you?
of us
yeah,
have
that
ever done that.
was when me and our dad showed up there.
Uh-huh.
But they claimed that we were just going to rip them out of the car, which I found to be extremely odd because there's never been an incident like that. There's never been anything near that. We've never forced them to go anywhere they didn't want to go.
Nobody.
And that was just within the last month and a half?
That was
that was
last
last
week.
Friday.
Oh, that was last Friday?
Yeah.
That one.
That's.
And the
that's
Friday
what
before
happened.
that, Jeremy asked me to pick him up, and I went to pick him up, and they didn't want to go, and I was going to kidnap them. And I looked and I said, when have I ever done something like that?
And
Never. And I said, then why would you think I'm going to now? Well, I don't know. And I said, well, can you tell me why you don't want to go? No. And they went back in the house, and Dawn, his ex, had moved back. And I said, well, can you bring the girls out for me to talk to? And she brings them out, and she's holding on to them. And she says, I told them I'd hang on to them so you couldn't steal them.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think a lot of it is just that they're being told that we're going to do these things, or they're being told that we've done these things that
I don't know what they're being told. I know that they're being told something.
I know for a fact that, you know, whenever we're around them, they're very impressionable. They'll believe what you tell them, and I think that they're being led, if not directly told, to these conclusions.
I believe the same, actually. Because like I said,
All of us do.
all this just changed suddenly.
There wasn't anything that changed here that
Nothing.
was?
Nothing.
Like when this all started,
Absolutely.
nothing was changing here.
I mean, I got a new T-shirt. If that counts.
You need to wash your old ones.
I need a new one. I haven't washed them. It's reasonable, right?
That
Depends what
works,
color
right?
was it?
Why
What
do you
color
wash laundry and you
Well,
find
then, you know,
bugs?
It's
maybe-
been a month. Just let you know. It's been a month.
Whatever works. I am not here to judge. But there's this really cool thing called a washing machine.
One even better one called soap. Try it.
Wait. You mean I don't have to wash them out in the cow trough?
No, we still do.
I asked you to quit using my cow trough. The cows won't drink water.
Still do. Still do.
Oh,
This
Especially when it's cold.
Oh, I get it. My house is that
Just
way too. I
remember,
love
when
it.
it's colder, the dirt falls
My
off.
boys have 3 boys, and they're very, yeah.
Mhm.
My husband is
Doug,
Oh.
and the girls adore Papa. I mean, they fight over who gets to sit in the chair with him.
Same way with their papa.
Yeah, we've either got 2 girls over there and 1 over here, or 2 girls here and 1 there. But there's always, rules on us. It kind of became a joke that if we sat down and our laps were empty, something's really wrong.
So what's a typical day like when you have the girls here? What kind of stuff do you guys do?
Kinda hard to say, 'cause a lot of times when we have kids, we go out and play or something like that, I just let them go out and play.
We've got
But-
9 cats.
Yeah.
8 of them are
Do you like
kittens.
them?
No,
Most
no.
girls are everywhere.
The girls are always
In
playing
the
with
cold, the
kittens.
highway,
That's
the
true.
eagle nest over there, the coyotes, we usually have 2 by next year.
Mhm. But they're always, I mean, we've got 5 acres, they can't go out with the cows, and they know that. But we've got the yard, we've got the orchard, we had a swimming pool for them.
Actually, we were working on cars and I remember Lucy coming out there and actually turning our
Yeah,
wrench on the
that-
head.
Yeah,
Go out there.
helping,
Oh.
they help me bake, they help with canning. They
Can
do
you bring
have
my kids
chores,
over? Cause
they help with
I live
gardens.
down the road.
My
How well are they
girls,
working on cars?
okay, do you wanna know
They're my
the
kids.
personality of
They'll be good.
my girls? Okay, and you gotta understand, my 3 granddaughters are my girls.
I have 2 granddaughters that are my girls. I don't care that mom
Exactly.
birthed them, they're my girls.
That's what I told my kids. You may have gave birth to them, but they are mine, and there's over at your place on Lone.
And no, she's got that
Melena?
wrong. She's got that wrong. They're mine. I'm the uncle. I'm the favorite uncle. I'm the favorite uncle.
Grandma's out rules, sorry.
No,
Uh,
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Uncles teach them how to
Grandma's
do things like
definitely-
wrench on cars.
It's grandma's, sorry dude.
Mhm.
You're never gonna win. There's 2 grandmas here, you're not gonna win.
But it's
Nellie, when she was 3, she would go get my seed books for my garden,
And help you pick them out.
and she would have me read her, and because we only do heirloom organic, because of the girls. So she would have me read her the descriptions, and then we would choose what we were gonna plant and how many.
Aw.
She would go out there and she would sit and pull weeds, right? At 3. And she came across this pepper plant and she looked at it and it was different than the other plants sitting around it. And she says, "My mom?" And I said, "That's Mr. Pepper. He's gonna give us peppers so we don't pull."
Mr. Pepper's a doctor.
And so she pats it on the top and she says, "Okay, Mr. Pepper," and just went around it.
I love it.
But she loves plants. She loves to help in the garden. Alicia's thing is feeding cows and watering cows. She loves to, that's what her and I do together.
Awesome. So you have your special thing with each girl.
Yes. Madison is the cats and dog. I am teaching them to sew with my sewing machine. I run the foot pedal so it doesn't go fast. I put a block in it so I can only go a little bit,
You're right.
and they get a guide.
Nice.
Swimming when we can.
She takes them swimming a lot during the summer. It
Unfortunately,
got to the point where I was going, "Good Lord, you guys need to stay home one weekend."
Unfortunately, they still won't learn to swim for me. Try to teach
No,
them.
but they sure have fun.
Oh yeah, they just run and jump in the dock out of me.
That works though.
I hold them, take them back to shore.
And he makes sure they're very safe. He has life jackets on them. They have floaters.
That works.
He makes sure they're really safe. And there's not just one adult. He has Crystal, or he has Will, or he has a friend
The favorite
with him, so that they all
The best uncle.
have, one-on-one watching. Even if they're not playing with them, they're watching them
Right.
to keep them safe.
They got
Jeremy
some
is-
lot who's fun.
Yeah.
I took them there last summer.
He didn't take me.
Well, he has to be able to enjoy his girls without you sometimes.
Pretty much what it was.
I'd leave them alone. I just went in.
Yeah.
And
No, you're on my end.
and it's expensive.
It is very.
That's why I wanted you to buy it.
Bottle in my ass. They love the wave pool.
Oh, really?
And the lazy,
The lazy river.
They love that.
I like the lazy river.
I do too.
I'm a million years old and don't know how to swim, so.
They actually
You
went
can?
down,
Yeah.
you know which one they call the toilet bowl?
Yeah.
They actually went down there by themselves.
They really do. My youngest son does. My middle son, no, he's 20 and he's like, nope.
Yeah, I,
Oh, are you kidding?
I got-
These girls are dead
when they went down there, I heard them scream, I was like, oh man, should've done that. But they're down there, they're all laughing and stuff.
It was
and I-
good screams.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then when I got down there, I got to the bottom, I was like, are you guys okay? And they're like, we do it again? I'm like, well, let's try a different one.
That is awesome. So do they have chores that they do here when they're here?
Yes.
Aw,
That's
Usually,
Melly going up the wall.
holy moly.
Wow.
they'll help pick up the living room with the toys and stuff. The mess they make in the bedroom.
Wow, I couldn't do that.
Lisa will help feed the cows if needed or water them.
Mostly it's cleaning up the mess they make.
Pretty
It's
much.
a chore.
Pretty much clean up their
And
mess.
we don't ask them to go out there and brand the cows.
I know.
Our cows?
Well, I know they couldn't wrestle the cow down by themselves yet, so
Oh, okay. We'll get him in wrestling.
I don't know.
Gina has a great wrestling program. And they're getting
I
more
don't
and
know
more
how-
girls'
I
events.
don't know if I want to teach them wrestling right now. I think it might be a bad idea. I see their little brother at Onbar.
Well, I see them beating me up.
That
Debbie
would
is
be
already,
worth it.
So we're putting
No.
them in wrestling.
no wrestling.
Let me
Debbie's
give you some
already
information.
having crap fits over them playing. That's Elise claiming it.
Holy moly, I could not do that. I can't.
These girls are little daredevils. Alicia, Jeremy took us to Wahoo's where they had that thing to go
Oh,
across.
The rope horse.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a couple years ago, and she was just all but running on
She
those
wouldn't go to
ropes
the
up there.
third one. I think she got up there with me.
She got up there with you once.
But she pulled most of the But she was by herself and, I mean, she's all tethered in and stuff. But I was staying above her watching her, 'cause I can't get on the same part as her.
Right.
Telling.
But she was on that thing just running around and I was trying to keep up on top.
And I was on the bottom with Nellie on the little thing for little kids, helping her, or doing that with her. William teaches them rappelling. As a matter of fact, Madison, for her birthday, got a professional rappelling
Harness.
harness
Oh, wow.
and stuff from
And,
him.
I mean, thus far, they've only done hang repelling from, my shoulder,
Right.
because I don't have anywhere to.
Right.
But
So
he
shoulder high.
teaches them that kind of stuff.
I don't want to build a repelling car.
They
I want to build a 50-foot.
Learn. We try to teach them, different things and find out where their interests are. I know Alicia wants horses really bad, but Papa won't let me get her a horse.
But I would love to build
Well,
a 50-foot.
I was
do you want me to
raised
talk to Papa? It's grandma's rule, sorry.
I know, that's what I said.
Grandma's
Well,
rule.
well, the reason there can't
That's
be a
what I'm
horse here is because she would not stay off that horse, and her back is bad enough that it will paralyze her.
That's me. That was me.
So
That's
that-
why we sold horses.
we had horses. The doctor said, hey, if you ride too much more, you're going to be paralyzed from the waist down.
For
And
life.
she would not stop.
Get a little buggy and have grandma's pulling bear in the buggy.
Well, he won't go that way either. He says,
She hate it when Papa's ruining grandma's dream.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, we don't want her to be wheelchair bound,
Well, that's why she has the girls.
You have like 200 of them under the hood of your car.
right?
Different type.
It's like,
They're not as much fun. I can't pet them and brush them and
You can.
kiss them and
It's called waxing.
actually, yes, you can. I would love for you to do that and make it so much easier when I work on it.
no.
Wah, wah.
Just go out there and brush them. I'll even give you an air
Would you like us to
compressor.
call the ambulance, please?
Yes,
Well, you
Yes.
probably got one on reserve.
I do. Make sure you call Jim.
Jim, okay.
Jim is my ambulance driver.
Sorry, sometimes it pops out. It surprises
Oh, that's all
me.
It fits right
It's
in
all
here.
good. Trust me.
Alright, so do you ever have to discipline the girls here?
No,
Okay, so
I mean, they're kids.
exactly. How do you discipline?
Normally, depends what's going on, usually like a timeout. Actually, we do a lot of like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff.
Physical exercises.
I do
Chris,
spank them once in a
Chris.
while.
It has to be extremely extreme for him to ever spank.
I can't actually recall the last time I actually did spank them. I
Okay.
don't remember when that even was.
Well, just so you know, it's not illegal to spank them.
I know.
As you know, how do you spank them?
But,
By hand, okay.
they're young enough, I don't need anything else beside their hand.
That's true. I mean, your hands like as big as they are.
Yeah.
Like, a couple swats on the butt.
You ever hit him anywhere besides the butt?
I have actually had to tell him, honey, if you're going to spank him, that does not constitute a spanking.
Right.
You gotta go just a tiny bit harder to constitute a spanking. He does not discipline.
I really don't want to. The little girls, they don't need
He
that.
does if it's necessary.
I do if it's necessary. I
But it's
prefer-
gotta be pretty extreme for
And
him to do it.
usually I don't like spankings right off the bat. Usually I'll give them like 5 or 10 warnings.
5 or 10, 20 or 30.
Hold on, they're 7 and 9.
And-
They-
Oh, you
first
just
three
sound
of
like my husband.
They are so wrapped.
the first 5 are gonna be unneeded. Then it has to be yelling, and then corner, then do some push-ups. Okay, we'll spank you.
It's a very big rarity for a child to
I,
get spanked in
I'm
this
teaching him
house.
the exercises to use.
Yes.
But yeah, like I
He
said,
brings in the military side.
So are you as tough on them as they are on you, as they were on you in the military?
Oh God.
So when you do push-ups or is it push-ups or sit-ups?
Generally, push-ups. They don't really have the upper body strength for too many push-ups.
Right.
So a lot of times it's
Iron
front leg
mics.
rest, iron mics. Hold your hands out.
Okay,
Hold a flashlight up like this until your arms are tired.
I'm tired already.
Yeah.
then usually that's what we try.
Discipline in this house for the girls usually is we sit them down and talk.
That was more recent than a spanking.
You,
Actually,
ever
last time
since when you
probably
were-
last year.
These
Yeah, I
two?
can't recall
Yeah,
last
they
year.
were horsewhip or something.
No, do what I do.
It's not a
The
horse whip.
last time
It's a
I did,
bullwhip.
Perfect.
the last time I did something was to Jeremy, and he wasn't listening, and I reached up and grabbed him by the ear and pulled him down. I said, "Now listen," and put him in the corner. And because
listen.
I am mama, and because he is a good boy,
He did it.
he did it.
We did tell them we can't do that.
Yes, he did. He says, "You can't do that anymore, Mom. I'm not a child."
Well,
Don't
not
act like one and
well,
listen
not
to your
just
mother.
that. You can't teach the girls that they don't listen to me, that they go by.
That's true, because I did it in front of the girls.
Oh, all right. Well, that was
That
maybe
was-
overstepping a little
And
bit.
that
It
was
was.
also the reason I did it, because this way the girls could see they still gotta listen to mama, because I listen to my mom.
Right.
So it was
But don't do that in front of them again. Type
yeah,
of-
Yes.
because then it's gonna think that they
And
can
I-
spend-
And he didn't get angry with me. He just said, "No, we don't do that.
That was the only
We
reason
can't do that."
I knew she was playing it.
But, no. The idea of spanking in this house is,
Last resort.
it's a very last resort.
Like I said, actually, me and him were just talking, I think the last time it happened was over a year ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it hasn't happened
It's-
that recent.
We don't.
It had been
Simply
recent,
because with these two, usually you can talk to them
Can't remember.
and they will,
They don't even really get in trouble.
They really don't. They really don't get in trouble that much.
Like,
They
They're
don't.
little girls, and the worst they can do, make a mess and spill flour or something when they make their cereal.
the last time.
no,
I played
actually,
was-
they do spill the flour when they're baking with me. But I just tell them, well, I guess we're gonna have to get the vacuum out, huh?
Last time I participated in punishing him was, what, 3 months ago, and that was because they lied about something. And
That's
it
a big
was-
no-no in
it
this
was-
house.
It was iron miking from like here to the trash can and back like 5 times.
Donna should have done it.
Lunges,
I know, I'm sorry.
lunges,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I figured we'd explain that this way.
Thank you.
lunges, hands on
Because
your
I didn't
head.
want to feel stupid, but I was feeling really stupid.
Oh,
so-
hands on your head, big step, knee touches the ground, stand up, take another step.
Okay, they call it something different in wrestling. I don't
Yeah.
remember what they call it in wrestling, but my boys wrestle, so
Yeah,
Iron,
we got to where we couldn't do that kind of stuff with them because they liked it.
yeah.
So then they had to do dishes and clean the floors. You know?
Those little girls started doing that. They started like liking it, and I'm like,
Figure something else out.
dishes,
dishes,
no,
Showers.
they don't mind helping me with dishes.
toilets.
If I'm
toilets, bathrooms.
doing
don't like going to
dishes,
the bathroom.
They
Bathrooms.
will actually come in and say, "Can I help you? Can I do this?" Okay.
They're pretty good kids, like I said, I don't remember
They're-
the last time we actually
they
had
are.
discipline.
When I did meet them and talk to them a couple weeks ago, and yeah, they seem like adorable little girls.
They are.
And then the youngest.
Nellie.
Thank you. I get their names confused only because I'm old. And I don't have
No, I'm
memory.
older than you, so don't even go there, girlfriend.
She tells me how much she likes seafood and catfish.
Yes.
Right, okay, now I want you to know, that was a fight. That was a fight.
I think she told me that too. She didn't like it at first, and you guys
Well,
made her try it.
It's because Alicia, okay, Alicia, she does not like trying new things. She will fight you tooth and nail. I've literally had her sit here for 3 hours to try to eat something because she didn't want to. I was like, just eat it. It's
One
really
bite.
nice.
Like parfait with things, gel, sugar, marshmallows. Thank you. Marshmallows. Parfait with marshmallows. She hated that. She refused to eat it for like the first hour. I'm like, that's literally all sugar.
Alicia is a very, very picky eater. She is very
adventurous.
is not, she's adventurous in certain areas,
No,
but not with food, and she's really more of a standoff.
I mean, unfortunately.
Then Melly.
She influences Melena's habits because she's the older sister. So
Yes.
because she didn't like it, Melena wouldn't like it. I don't remember what it was, but I think me and my sister were out.
Yeah,
doing something.
sushi.
Yeah, and I was like, try this. I was like, okay. And she took a bite. She's like, that's good. I was like, I know. You want another one? She's like, I was like, try this one. And it was something else. She's like, I really like this. I was like, are you sure? And then she had calamari. Oh, it's with Dawn. It's with Dawn.
It was with Dawn that she had the calamari, but the sushi she had with you and Crystal.
Yeah, but
She
yeah,
told me she likes calamari.
yeah, but
And I was like, really?
yeah.
They like blue cheese.
They get that
I
from
love
me.
blue
They
cheese.
get that
I
from
can't
me.
stand it.
They get that from their uncle.
He takes way too much credit for your children.
Takes credit for everything.
They get that from me. I'm the influence. I'm the
Cutest thing you ever saw. William was a senior in football. No, it was track that you first did it. And Doug and I, we had the two babies. Maddie and Elise were both little. And we went to his track meet. And pretty soon, William's got both the babies walking around, waiting for his turn to do whatever. Just taking them. These are my girls.
My middle son's that way too.
And they just showing them off to everybody. These are my babies. And then he was in football, and he did it at the football game. Came up in the stand, he
I'm grabbing and
grabbed the babies, took them down, and showed them to everybody.
that's what my boys all did too.
Yeah, I think the only time I've actually seen Melena not eat seafood was actually when I was dating Dawn. We went to the coast and we had a seafood pizza. Horrible.
This doesn't even sound good, sorry. But
Well, it was horrible. And I told Lisa, I said, I know you don't like trying new things, but we're on vacation. I said, I will make you try one new thing.
and that was it?
No, it
Oh.
was just like a day or whatever, try new things. You're going to try new things. And when we're home, I'm not going to force as much, but we're here, we're on vacation, we're at the coast, there's new things to be tried and had. We're
all
going
you
to do
gotta
that.
do is try it. And
Yeah, and I
I don't like it.
And I told her, you don't have to, just try. So I bought the seafood pizza. I had two of the most horrible bites of my life to get them to take their one. That was something I will never wish on anybody.
When you took them to
This
the
was
coast,
pizza essentially. And it was nasty. And at first they're like, no. I was like, I took it first. I took the first bite. I'm like,
It's good.
you're going to take one bite, just one. And they're like, I don't know. I was like, I tell you what, you guys take one bite, I will take another bite. They're like, okay. They're both like,
Little tiny.
it's your time to end
and
it.
I'm like,
Oh,
they both took a little bite, and they're both like, they spit it out. Like, that's gross. I'm like, you're right. And no deal's a deal. I'm like,
When they went to the coast, he took them up in the helicopter.
Oh, I
actually, I
bet,
do have those
I
pictures.
bet they love that.
Actually, really good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Actually, I did see those pictures. I
Yeah, he does a lot of fun things with them when he
Came over
can.
on official business, turning into a slideshow.
That's okay.
I know.
It's still official business because I'm getting to tell the story.
That is the best part about our job.
It's
We get to
official
play
business.
with babies.
It's official business.
It's
I
official
talk to
business. so we
families
get
all
paid
day.
for it.
Exactly.
I got it.
Yeah, but they told me I couldn't carry my big bag anymore because baby spit in it.
I witnessed that.
I like that.
And they said, for some reason, I got in this job so I could have babies. I'm like, nope, you can't take the babies.
My
But I'm a
first
baby
day on
stealer,
the
come on.
my first day on the job here, they take me over and
Isn't that
you
cool?
need a baby weed board and
Yeah.
So
newborn
it's just
baby.
been the last few months then that everything's just kind of gone sideways for
Let's
you
take
guys.
your kid.
Yeah, I mean, we have Debbie and Bryce were coming over for birthday parties. They were coming over for Christmas. They were coming over for Thanksgiving.
So the wedding here too.
They celebrated their wedding. We gave them a wedding shower.
Wedding party.
Yeah, wedding party, whatever. It wasn't a shower.
I don't know, did you get away?
No, it wasn't
No.
raining.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So when the girls are here and everybody's here, is there a lot of chaos?
They usually stop. I mean, as much chaos as 3 little girls can give.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, they cause the chaos when
So
there's
I have
chaos.
2 granddaughters, ages 7 and 3. When they're at the house, it's like Hurricane Katrina hits.
Hmm.
And you don't even,
Yes, it
you don't
is.
even pick up after them, you just wait till it's done.
One of them
Pretty
you could
much.
classify it as,
they, yeah, but it's,
So here's the very first ride.
Oh, wow.
There's Wayne and Alicia in the front seat. No, but let's see. I got a picture.
that's their first muffins they made by themselves.
So do I just pull out my phone and be like, this is the first? I don't take photos, so I can't do that.
So you guys need to get the camera so you can just do
There's
it.
Alicia in the helicopter,
Awesome.
and Elena was sitting next to me.
Look at that big old smile.
They had a lot of fun. And actually, it's funny because when we went up, honestly, I was like, I thought they would be scared. So I was like, okay, you guys want to sit next to me? Because they said, you can put one person in the front, and you got room for four in the back. I was like, okay. Do you guys want to sit with me in the back? There's only one in the front.
Right.
Which, honestly, I wanted to do.
But you're a dad.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. So I'm like, okay, I'll take the bullet. So I sit in the back. I was like, who's gonna sit with me? And Lisa's like, I want to sit in the front. I'm like, okay, you're gonna sit by yourself. She's like, okay. And Lainey's like, I'll sit with you. So she's sitting right here, and Lisa's in there.
Melena is Jeremy's
They get this
baby.
from me.
That's awesome.
She is,
I'm
she's
surprised.
very much, she's always been very, since we found out she was ours,
Uh,
she has been
Even before
the
that.
biggest, well, yeah, because we went to her birthday parties and,
Yeah.
and whenever we'd get Alicia, we'd sit and
Same
play
deal
with her
with Eric.
before we'd come home with Elise.
It was very similar to how, we treat Eric.
So do you feel left out?
Wayne, we don't
Understatement of the
take them-
century.
We really don't take them anywhere with us.
I don't believe you take Jim up on you.
Yeah.
I do have a dog pen, and it's got bees in it.
Yes.
That's the reason we try to leave them in. We've done that already.
So that girls have fresh honey.
I mean, I gotta sleep out with the cows.
So, story about me, because we're sister sharing, and we're like family now.
Go for it.
When I was pregnant with my youngest son,
Yes,
my oldest son kept telling everybody, my youngest was born in December, and he's telling everybody, if that's a girl, I'm moving to the cow pasture.
Mhm.
I was like, why? Girls are bossy, because his older sister is bossy. It's like, I don't want to be around bossy girls. And he told that, so I was actually in the room when I had him. And he looks at the doctor, he goes, do I have to move? And the doctor's like, it's a boy. He goes, yes, I can stay in the house.
That's awesome.
Crystal,
I can 100% agree with his sentiment. I wanted to move out into the shop for the longest time because of my sister.
is bossy.
Just move me outside.
Bossy little thing.
And my oldest is also the same one. He said he can't wait to get married. This is like at 9 years old. He's gonna have 99 boys and he's gonna have one girl because someone's gotta cook.
Okay. When Jeremy and William took Crystal to the Cherry Festival, her ex-boyfriend showed up.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to talk to her. And the boys
You're
were
like,
going,
He's a very unsavory person, let's put it that way.
he wasn't the best guy to have around.
He is,
So, their boys told him. He persisted in that, so they made a pyramid over her, put their shoulders together and put her in between them. And said, she will stay right between us and you can speak to her from there. Step
Awesome.
closer, we turn.
Awesome.
She said, you wanna know what protect feels like, Mom? She says, stand between these two. She says, you will never feel more protected in your life.
Alright, so this is a question that I have to ask all parents I interview. Do you have any criminal history?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
I had a child injury in 2000, which is a felony, a bunch of traffic tickets.
What was the child injury?
Huh?
What was the child injury?
I had done a girlfriend when I was 18.
Oh. Sorry, oh.
It is.
It's
It
there.
is what it is.
But being honest with me helps because, that way if something comes up, they're like, oh my gosh,
He
did you know?
doesn't lie about it.
Let's see, I was.
That happens
How
around
old were you?
a lot.
You 17.
I was 19, she was 15.
It started out when you were younger than that, though.
You just got alerted to
But-
abortion.
No, what it was is her mom talked me into moving in with them.
Okay,
And
so that story that, moved out of the parents' house, was trying to stay on my own, was getting ready to move back in, saw a friend who was staying with her, and actually, he's like, come sit in my house. I was like, okay, thinking it was his house, and then, it was her and her mom's, didn't know that, and then, they're like, oh, sit for dinner. Okay, so I had dinner, and they were all arguing on the dishes, so I was like, you gave me food, and let me sit in the night, I'll wash dishes. So I washed the dishes. So like, hey, stay the night. mom got a boyfriend, she's like, he was waking up at like 4 a.m. slamming things. I just got a job, you know, like, gotta be up at 7. And I was like, hey, put me someplace quieter, do something, things need to be quiet. I came back and all my stuff's in her room. Young and dumb.
Well, yeah, the opportunity's there, you got permission.
Everything
Sorry,
we
honey.
did
And it was
to try to
prison
get him
sentence.
out of there was not working, cause she would countermind us every time.
Then what did you do to make her mad?
Actually, I made his boyfriend mad, I think.
That's all
No,
I'm
you
saying.
also told her you wouldn't marry her daughter till she graduated high school,
But,
and
yeah,
so that's when she went to the police.
Of course.
and so,
Just
7 years.
Women are horrible, stay away from them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
This woman,
Straight from the source.
when
I
he
do not
got,
lie about it, women can be very vindictive.
when he got sentenced, she came out and laughed at me.
And
You don't know
did
how
not
bad I
slap her?
wanted to hit her. I had known her
Yes.
since we were kids.
I
I had protected her at the bus stop from people beating her up.
And then she goes and does this
And
to
then
us.
she did this to my son, and I was.
You know, I know
like,
people who don't care about going back to prison.
I know.
Can I get a phone?
I may not be nice, but I'm not that mean.
Well, you know, I'm
I
not
know
saying
this
anything
way.
but other than, you know, get her attention.
The way I look at it now is,
That way, a lesson learned.
lesson learned, it's in the past, that I got out of prison in 2007, so.
And he has been hardcore trying to stay.
Was it you? Okay.
He gets traffic tickets.
Yeah, that.
Unfortunately, I get those two.
So, my husband, he's my second husband right now, I love him to death, but he's just barely gets a ticket off of his record and he's got another one.
Unfortunately, I think this year I got two, I got one which was really dismissed mostly, but, okay, I got a ticket in Nevada for a concert while I was dating Dawn. You ever been to Nevada?
Yeah,
Okay, you're from Vegas.
yeah,
You know how those roads are.
yeah.
I was doing 105 before I realized it.
It's easy to do.
Exactly. Well, as I was coming up on a corner, I was like, oh man, I'm doing 105 and I'm on a corner, so I started slowing down. When I hit 91, a cop crested the corner.
Of course.
Yep, got me a ticket.
There you go.
Didn't realize that Nevada will suspend your license.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that either.
Yeah, so just for future reference, they will suspend your license there, which I just lost a ticket. I was planning on taking care of it because I wanted this job in Nevada since 2012.
Right.
So I was like, I'll take care of the ticket, just, I'm not there. So, next thing I know, I actually, it was a stupid reason I got pulled over. I was actually in Boise with an ex-girlfriend of mine. I was living with her at the time, and I was pulling out to go actually my job, and I was pulling out, and as I was in the turn lane, you know, they had those little yellow things.
Mhm.
Well, I saw the line for that, and I thought I was to that point, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just go there. Well, I actually pulled out into the other one to turn into my lane, so I ended up having to cross over that, and then I hit the light, I turned, well, a cop saw me, and I didn't realize I did it, and by the time I realized I was in the lane, there was a car taking my spot, so I had to proceed through it. So he got me for, I think it was inattentive driving or reckless driving or something like that. He pulled me over and he's like, you know what's going on? I'm like, he goes, well, I'm not giving you any of that, but you know you don't have a license? I'm like, I don't? And then I found out Nevada took it. Originally, the only thing that said on my thing, it says, indefinitely. It says I lost my license indefinitely. I'm like, he's like, don't be worried about it. Indefinitely doesn't mean forever. I'm like,
Yeah, it does.
The very definition of indefinitely means forever. He's like, just take the car back. I'll just have to give you a ticket for that. I was like, okay. And actually, no, it was no insurance too. I didn't have insurance at the time because my car was sucking all my money.
Right. Yeah.
$5,000 in 1 year, and just repairs. Yeah. So I couldn't
Could've
afford
bought
it.
another car.
I'm actually doing that.
Okay.
So I'm actually using a friend's car now. But I was like, took care of all that, and then last year, my second ticket last year, going down the freeway, about December, I saw a semi run a car off the road.
Oh,
So I don't like being around semis.
right.
And then we had that wreck down here a couple years ago under the bridge. So if I'm on the freeway around semis, I just try to get in front of them. Well, my last ticket, doing 90 on the freeway,
Trying to get past this.
trying to get past a semi, happened to be that there's a cop right there.
See, and I have a friend whose dad is a truck driver, and he told me, he's like, you do not, like, sit beside a semi, because if their tire blows, you're dead.
Yeah. I don't like being
So,
behind them. I don't like being
I
beside
will
them.
either run,
So
like,
do you need a vehicle with cruise control?
Actually, no. Actually, that got me into a wreck about 4 years
oh,
ago.
no.
So you just need And then he could give you rides.
One,
Oh.
totally unrelated.
Except for horses.
I
Hates
hate
horses.
That is actually driving.
Horses hate him.
Hey, no, horses hate Dad.
No, they hate me.
They hate
wanna
both.
They don't like you.
No, they hate
don't
Dad more,
you.
but they hate.
They wanna eat me.
Maybe they think you taste good.
He used to ride horses as a child.
And I stopped.
Until he was 6, he rode horses. And then my brother messed that all up. Took him on a ride, put him on a mule on a cliff. The mule
Hells
threw him.
Canyon. Actually, it was Hell's Canyon.
Oh, yep, been there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Got a buck
Thank
off.
you, uncle. Thank you, uncle.
That's what I said. I was so angry that they put him back on that mule and
Yeah.
made him finish riding it down. He was just a little guy.
Yeah.
And to do that to him,
Okay, I can't
Just
imagine you being a
terrified.
little
I was
younger.
6
oh,
foot
he
tall.
was.
I was shorter. I was
He was a little guy.
So, do you have any mental disabilities, any physical disabilities, any health concerns, mental health concerns? No. Awesome.
He was a little guy.
Oh, he was. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he was a little
I don't
guy.
believe that's a picture of me. I think it's photoshopped.
Nope, that's a picture of
Mom,
you.
I was born at 6 foot tall and I had pretty much a beard.
Born?
You know what? I bet you she remembers when you were born better than you remember when you
Oh,
were
There.
born. She was
I
too.
was
First of
there.
all,
But I believe you were sleeping.
It's all y'all wrong. I know for a fact he wasn't born, he was hatched.
Oh, that was me. I
I've
was
seen it.
hatched at the fish, at the egg hatchery just around the corner.
He is
from home.
just hatched right down the block.
My mom was raised in Marcy. My dad was raised in Homedale.
Oh, really? I was raised in Wilder. My grandparents owned barbershop and flower shop in Homedale for years.
Oh, cool. My parents were raised there. So I still go back to the cemetery a couple times a year.
I was raised right where you're sitting.
That explains so much about how uncomfortable the seat is.
You're not wrong. This does kind of wear off.
I was sucked into this town by my husband, whose family's been here for 170
Better
years.
than it.
She is-
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, really? What's the last name?
Mom's last name, mother-in-law's last name is Wills, as in Wills Road, big two-story.
Yeah.
And, husband's last name is Long.
Okay. Mine was Heidemann.
Uh-huh.
Been here since 1969.
Yeah.
You know where the movie theater is? Okay, right next to that, there used to be a 131 Western Wear store. My parents owned it.
That man
Yeah,
was,
been here forever.
my mother-in-law, I think they built that house in 1908.
Mhm.
And it's still in the family.
I'm not from here.
Mom, weren't you like 50 in 1908?
We don't do that in front of the kids, but when they're not
You
here.
know what? That's
Yeah.
okay. My daughter, unfortunately, does not always watch what she says and does in front of her daughters. And the mother's curse definitely kicked in. She got two just like her when she was that age. So she'll get mad and she'll call her husband and F her and flip him off. And the girls look at her and do the same thing. And she
Yeah,
calls me and she's like, Mom. It's like, well, don't do it.
Don't do it in
Oh,
front of them.
I gotta say, my mom says she goes, I hope you have children just like you. And I told her, I said, so do I, 'cause you're babysitting.
Yeah.
My daughter says that too, but you know what? As grandma, they're angels for me.
Very different
I
for
don't
grandma.
have problems.
I don't either. But they'll even call me because they live in Indiana now, so they'll video chat me and they'll say, Grandma, Mom's just being really mean. It's like, well, let me talk to her.
See, I don't have a problem with that. You know, when I babysitter might just have a backpack full of candy, and you know,
We had to fight that so much when you came here on leave.
When he was on leave, oh dear Lord
first
in
thing I do
heaven.
when I'd stop by a store like a Walmart or a Winco,
Just pet them.
I'd had a big backpack, and I would fill it to the brim with candy. And
You did.
for like a week, 2 weeks, it'd all
Oh
be gone.
man.
I'm pretty sure you single-handedly trying to make him diabetic.
Yes.
So if they have any health concerns later in life, they get to come in.
Well, there's
Oh,
a reason.
I'm documenting
There's
this.
a reason I am the favorite. There's a reason I am the favorite on it.
It
I
was
fought that
awful.
favoritism.
He would get in here and it was just like Christmas every stinking day, rolled up with Halloween.
Well, here's the thing though, you know, like,
Christmas,
I
Halloween,
can
his
just give it
birthday.
to him for no reason.
Everything.
Pinatas, everything.
Oh heavens.
Have it, all the candy for all that.
Called him
When he
Uncle
first-
Pinata.
He got them each a little teddy bear dressed in an army uniform.
Uh-huh.
He got each of the girls one of those when he went in the military.
Aw.
But here's the thing,
So
I
when
didn't
he
just
was
give it
gone,
to
they'd
him.
have it.
They made
I
it sound like I was
am
just handing it to him, you know, fist over fist.
You're trying to bribe them, we know.
No, I wasn't. Anytime they did something good, or that they did exceptionally well, I give a piece of candy.
You're
Like,
like, hey, you
you
picked picked up that piece of garbage that you dropped. Here you go.
blinked.
No, give Papa a wet willy, here you go.
You, my favorite was you blinked really well. Here's a piece of candy. You blinked phenomenally.
Which I want you to know really made it hard potty train, because you gave candy for, going potty, like
Yeah.
potty candies.
They did, I didn't.
He'd come back with a bag full of candy, and all of a sudden, there goes that week. Well, it's this.
I don't see a problem there.
It was like, I was constantly picking up candy wrappers. Constantly.
That should have been his job.
Mom,
I did too. They just hit it.
to be fair, the majority of those were us older people.
Not me, I don't
Yeah,
eat
'cause I
candy
give
very
them
often.
candy too.
For blinking.
Yes.
I blinked really well that week.
The candy. Yeah, candy at that point.
But
Do you have
yeah,
any questions for me?
I got one. What all was your call for? Like, what did you get told was happening?
That there was extreme discipline going on in the home, and that there was an issue, I guess, during the summer with somebody touched your youngest butt, but you already took care of it.
Okay, so that right there, what happened was,
that has been a big headache.
I'm sure it has,
Okay,
but it's not like you took care of it.
I
so.
did, and
Did.
I took care of it, but there wasn't really a lot I could do with it. 'Cause, okay, so what happened was, Debbie told my dad, and then I was in here, actually, I think I was doing dishes or something, Debbie told
Yeah.
me.
Well, yeah. So Debbie told the dad who told me because he wasn't here. Then I told him. So it's not even secondhand. I was like fourth hand removed
Yeah.
knowledge.
So, I was like, okay, so I brought her in and I asked her what happened. Pretty much all she said was she was at our friend's house, he was in the room, she was on the computer, she went to go to the bed, and, because she was playing in the room, she was going to the bed for whatever reason, and he touched her butt. I was like, okay, was he standing up, was he laying down, really no answer, okay, was he smiling, really didn't get any headway.
Was it a bump, was it a grab?
Did you fall? Were you in the way? Was he walking by and just kind of pushing you out of the way? All I got was, that's really, essentially what I told you was pretty much what I got. So, okay. Now, this being said, there's other children in that home, and one of the boyfriends, somebody there, so I took her over there, and at first I was like, hey, you need to tell them, because there's other women at the house, tell them what's going on. She's like, I don't want to. I was like, honey, what's if he's doing something to one of the other children? They need to know so they can stop it. She's like, okay. So she told them the exact same story I got, like per word. And it was like 4 other women in the house, and I even had the teenage girls in there just because, their eyes.
Right.
And I was like, they have questions for her, because I can't think of anything. They're like, no. They'd ask questions, but she really had no answers. The story was very, very, very vague. But the adults in the house were aware of it, and the girlfriend was there, and she was aware of it, so we said, okay, just keep an eye on it, and if something happens, we can report it. During now, there's nothing to report, because we really don't have anything. So, that's how it sat. And then I found out Debbie called the police.
And it
Thing.
became a big cluster.
And the police even asked me, what happened? And I told them, I was like, honestly, what I told you. I was like, it's a very big story, we don't know what to do with it. So I was watching it, she's like, okay. And I was like, I told her, I was like, honestly, if I thought he did, I'm not a violent person.
But you would have been.
Oh, I would have
Oh.
beat the living hell out of that dude.
Oh,
Drug him in there, bloody
Oh.
and beaten him, and asked for a cell with him. Because I did assault. Let's go to jail. Can I have a room with him?
Thing is, you'd have to get to him before I did.
I got,
Papa did.
anybody ever touched one of the little girls? Holy hell would break out if we thought it was an intentional.
Got like a quarter of this town on her side of that.
You've got to understand, my husband
This-
I mean,
This,
and
this
my
is animal,
boys
There's
are
a lot of places that bodies can disappear.
super protective of these girls.
I do.
She's like, I've only lived here for a couple of years.
I'm the voice of
See,
reason.
there's no
Wanna
need to
come
wonder
see
where
us.
your God
These
is.
guys,
'Cause he's
and
right
my
there.
Actions first.
And he's fresh out of mercy.
And understandable.
they
And
better run. Whoever better run, and they better run fast because hell's coming and the boys are coming with him.
because she did tell me that she was at the house and somebody touched her butt, but she also said, but Dad took care of it.
Yeah.
So,
As soon as I
that's,
found out, like the very day I found
and
out.
that's what she had said, so I mean, I didn't question any further on that, but she's very talkative.
She
and
is.
very open.
Nellie
She knows
is-
that I'm
Nellie, yes.
Something like Trey.
Nellie looks like I did at that age, and Nellie acts like I did at that
So
age.
you got the grandma curse.
She's got the grandma curse. Alicia is, I don't know.
more reserved.
very, very reserved. She's been reserved since she was an infant.
Okay. So it's not
Debbie-
anything.
No, that's
No,
awesome.
Debbie used to prop her bottle and leave her in a bedroom all day crying by herself.
I know.
He was at work. He would take care of her. But Debbie, she would stink so bad that my mom went over there one time and just walked out bawling because she stunk so bad because Debbie wasn't giving her baths, changing her clothes for weeks.
That happened all the way.
Up until,
Now.
no, it's not as
I mean,
bad
we get 'em-
anymore.
A lot of times when they came over, when they did come over here, their clothes would be filthy.
Alicia was so bad
Their hair.
before we found out Melly was ours, that when Papa and I'd go get her to have her for the week, or the weeks, however long Debbie didn't want her, we had to roll the windows down, because she smelled so horrible.
And,
As soon as we hit the door, we were stripping clothes off and putting her in water
I
and
know
washing her, because she stunk.
I don't.
so
know even now they have a problem with not washing their hair.
Yeah.
You know, we have to make them wash their hair here.
They'll get it wet, but they won't use shampoo and scrub their head.
Like they'll go take a shower and
They
have to
had-
check and make sure they,
They
wash their
had,
hair.
they had lice for almost 4 years.
Gives me the itch.
Every time-
Every time that word is said, I start itching.
We
And of course,
In
did
our
so
field.
in our
much
field, it's like, okay,
doctoring on
sit
their
on your
hair,
And then
hands.
they go back home.
and then
Don't
they go
scratch
back,
this, it's
and
rude.
she was blaming it on us, but nobody around here had lice, only
Actually,
those two.
up until recently, because it's
Just
been going on.
last-
And
yeah,
nobody around here has it.
Yeah.
not one
nobody
of
else-
us have had lice.
Although
Stick
even
outs.
even she would admit that she has lice.
That being said, one, sometimes it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
It is,
It is.
definitely.
It is.
I get
I'm
it.
not gonna
It's hard to
disagree
get rid
with
of.
that.
I have seen her fighting it, okay, so I'm not,
You're not
fact
saying that
is-
she's doing it on
yeah,
purpose,
yeah,
made to,
yeah,
yeah.
she's
It
not,
just-
she's not, by no means.
It's just, it is a hard thing to get rid of, and it's a matter of cleaning everything.
Exactly, she's,
Exactly.
And the bombs
she's
and
told
the
me, she's like, I'm
shampoos.
thinking about trimming her hair down. I was like, okay, if we wait till after the school year, if it's still an issue, I have no problem with cutting her hair. I was like, I love their long hair, but,
But,
So
you
what
know,
really
situations arise, I understand.
really got me on that note is she blamed us for the lice, and
And but yet nobody here has it.
because your hair's so.
gorgeous locks.
Yes, you know, if it
Yes.
wasn't that you were always bribing them.
Honestly, up until about 2 weeks ago, we had beards down to about here.
They did.
Hunting season must be over.
No,
actually-
they've been growing them out for years.
Actually,
Ah.
I had mine since 2013.
And I had mine since about 2015.
The only reason I shaved mine is because the job I'm trying for, my boss, they're ex-military, they want clean shaven, they want shirts, I'm like, okay. That being said, I don't wanna shave the day before an interview and have
That look.
that,
Tan line.
Burn.
yeah, like, you know, pitch white here.
So you just shaved, we see that.
Yeah, so I shaved it so I can get
Oh
some
my
color.
goodness.
Oh my.
You guys look much
That's
better
awesome.
clean shaven.
I don't like it.
But
But realistically, there's a court order saying I need to have a beard to cover up the face.
Actually,
You
one-
fibber.
I can see
one-
that.
I want you to know, when we saw Alicia on Friday, they told us to grow them back.
I'm sure that's all they remember. They don't remember you guys
They
without
really
them.
don't, they really
Oh,
don't.
they
Like,
remember me.
When did you shave?
2 weeks ago. So they didn't see it when it was even fresh, they saw it when it was double.
See, any other questions, anybody?
Not that I can think of.
I'm horrible.
Is there any questions that we should ask?
Well, I'll let you know, I'll go visit with the girls again, talk to them again. At this point, from the information I'm getting, there isn't any, I don't have any concerns. So I'll talk to the girls again and just get another view from them. Sometimes kids are really good at, they'll say what they think they want me to hear the first time. So I try to go back the second time, and by that time they're like, oh, I remember you. Although I don't know your youngest, oh my gosh.
Melly,
Yeah,
Melly,
she doesn't have a filter.
She is an open book.
She was very cute, so.
she's a little, they're both little dolls.
They are.
Alicia was my girl.
She was my,
Melena
Excuse
was
me,
mine.
grandma's rule.
Melena was
hold on,
mine.
actually, when she was really little, she would not leave me.
Yeah,
Like, all the
that's
time.
true.
Like,
That's
And then she
true.
realized how awesome grandma really is.
Well, she was with grandma so much that, you know, when daddy would come home,
It was
It
like,
was-
okay, daddy time.
daddy time,
Yeah.
yep, here, take your baby.
And Melena was mine. She kept trying to beat me up.
Mhm.
And
When we first got Melina, she was the meanest child I'd ever seen in my entire life. She was vicious mean. Oh my gosh.
You look scared.
Oh,
No,
there was a reason to be
There
scared.
was actually one point in time in my life that I actually thought she was going to kill me. She
Really?
was 2. Okay, so when
No,
we
it
were-
was, she was older than that because we didn't know she was ours till she was 2 and a
No,
half.
Way after we found out she was ours.
She was 2 and a half.
We went to Eugene.
Mom, 2.5 is still 2.
So
Yeah.
we went to Eugene, right? And at the time I was dating Dawn, we're going to something, we're coming back, and all of a sudden I hear Alicia go, "Ow, Melina pulled my hair."
She was horrible about here.
So I was like, okay. I
And
said,
biting.
"Did you pull her hair back?" No.
hitting.
So I went back and I
And throwing
gave her
rocks.
just a little pull, not hard, just a little pull. Her head came down. I kid you not, the look she gave. Like she's in a 5-point car seat, and I'm just thinking, "Dear Lord." I was like,
This
thank
child.
God she does not have a knife.
This child, I kid you not, she grabbed Maddie by the hair, 2 great big handfuls, put her feet in the back of Maddie's back, and just jerked back as hard as she could until she fell over backwards. She would throw rocks,
So hard to imagine
she would
her that.
bite, she would hit, she would kick, she was the,
Okay.
she stomped on a kitten just because it was there.
Yeah. And
She
it took us
was-
a little bit to break that.
So
When she was little, when we first got her, she was the meanest child I had ever laid eyes on, literally.
So
Wow.
You know, it
She
kind of
scared
makes
me.
sense given Debbie's early parenting methods of ignore until it goes
but
away.
it was bad
Yeah.
enough that, okay, Debbie, she lived out here in Letha, and she actually let the kids go back outside. William was here on leave. I remember. When he was here on leave,
We had a big party going
whole
on.
family's here. Everyone's here.
Yeah.
Big barbecue.
The two older girls walked up and were like, "Hey, she went to the bathroom behind the pickup, which was over there by the gate." I'm like, "What?" And she pooped right behind the pickup. I'm like, "Oh." So I told her, "We don't poop outside, honey. We go
We
potty
go
in the
potty
house."
in the
Well,
house.
mommy loves me, honey. We don't potty outside, okay? Not unless you're camping, you don't potty outside. That bit me in the butt too. But she stopped. Like she was really good about it. But when we went to Eugene with Debbie's parents, we were staying in an RV. The first thing he goes, "Hey, there's no treatment at the toilets. Don't go to the bathroom in the toilet." Okay, I was like, I got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. They wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom sometimes. I need to use the restrooms. Don't lock the door. Very first night, 2 o'clock in the morning. "Daddy, I got to the potty." All right, so I take her to the bathroom. The door's locked, so I knock on the door. Answer, knock on the door. No answer. I'm like, "Honey, you have to go outside." She wouldn't do it.
Did you told her no?
Exactly right there. I tried for a half hour. She's like, "Daddy, I really gotta go." I'm like, "Honey, just go outside." She goes, "I can't." I'm like, "All right, I can't blame you." So she went to the bathroom in the toilet in the RV. Okay. I told him the next day. He's like, "I told you not to do that." I was like, "Yeah, and I also told you I had children here, and you locked the door." I feel no responsibility on this one. It's all you. You shouldn't have locked the door. You would have been in here on the toilet,
Yeah.
not in that one.
I would say within 6 months of us getting Melly, she had quit being so violent. It took a few years to get all of it done.
Yeah, and now she's
But-
really
But she still liked to wrestle with me.
She likes to
I-
wrestle.
I like
Wrestling
to
is
wrestle.
one thing,
Yeah, but that's
but
not-
she would throw rocks and
I know,
hit
she
the other
dropped the
girls in the
recently.
head with the rock. Finally, Maddie got tired of it, picked up a rock and punk.
And
She come,
laughed.
Maya,
Natural
no, she,
Oh,
Maya comes running, or Melly comes running in. Maddie, you did that with a rock, and I said, "Who threw the first rock?" "Oh, I did." I said, "Then you got what you deserved, didn't you?"
my favorite quote from, I think, Alicia. Alicia come running in here. "She hit me back first."
My boys have done that many times when they were
Okay,
little.
so here's one. It was probably bad parenting on my behalf at the time, but I hear the kids are fighting, and they're fighting, and they're fighting. And I'm like, you know what? If you guys don't stop fighting, I'm just gonna have you fight. At the time, me and Don were on the bed watching TV, and the girls were just on the floor down there trying to take a nap. I'm like, all right, you know what? Just fight. And I'll sit here, whack, 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 whack. And I hear Melina, "Ha ha ha, Alicia's hitting me, ha 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 ha." I'm like, well, hit her back. And I hear, whack. I hear, I'm like, oh my god. Did you just get beat up by your little sister? Yes. And I probably shouldn't condone the fighting, but
You know what?
I've done it.
I I think a lot of our problem with our kids nowadays is that they're not allowed to fight it out.
Exactly.
So let them fight it out,
Actually,
clean up the blood later, it's
My
all good.
husband's like, they're gonna kill each other, I'm like, they need to figure this out.
William and Crystal, when they were young, Crystal used to just whip the snot out of poor little William. He was a little guy. And she used to
He was like
just
2 inches short.
beat the snot out of him constantly. So finally Doug handed him a stick and said, whop her with it.
So he did.
One whop and that's all he was going to do. Are you kidding me? He threw the stick down and let her hit him. He
Okay.
wasn't about to hit his
In,
sister.
in my defense, I've been told
Don't ever
my
hit your
entire
girls.
life, don't ever hit a lady. Don't ever hit a girl.
And it would've been worse when I dropped the stick later.
That too.
I'm sure that thought went through my mind at least once.
She's gonna get me when I don't have the stick.
So he threw the stick down and let her whoop him. It was
So,
like,
one of the jobs me and him had together actually was a junker little job. And one of the jobs, I don't remember which one it was, but I actually picked up a kickboxing bag.
Ooh.
And the girls never actually needed it, but I got with them in line, like, if they're having a bad day or something like that,
So
here,
beat it up.
yeah, it literally put your hand through it and hold it like this and you kick it. But I have it.
That's a good idea.
I figure if we get mad.
Yeah, because you know what, teenagers are
And
coming.
actually, well, probably does. If you're mad at your sister, you hold it. This
oh,
one kicks you.
Alicia in the teenage years is going to be frightening.
I told Debbie
She's already a moody child.
I told Debbie she's keeping them.
No.
I'm getting the bed up.
Ah,
You get the teenagers.
I would rather they were here.
Wait, put in the battle with me.
No, it's not gonna
Okay, I never said. I
Oh,
was
actually, about the
nice.
time I'd
You
probably
know
find
what,
out
you know
those.
what, boys, and you didn't kill them.
Right?
I had 3 boys at one point because I lost one.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
I have 3 and they're all football players and they're all wrestlers.
Well,
See,
mine was 3 when he was killed.
I do gotta say, it's harder to bribe the girls now, and I actually have to throw hard cash.
Well, yeah, because.
They don't
it's
bribe
like-
so easily.
No.
I have to throw them hard cash now, I gotta bribe them that way.
Actually, I can still bribe Melly, I just can't bribe Lacey.
You can bribe me that way too.
Here's a penny, shut up.
He can't shut up. I'm talking.
Oh, ha ha ha, give me my penny back.
Yeah.
No refund.
Deal's a deal. Deal's a deal.
Do you guys have any other questions for
No.
me? Grandma does. Just trying to figure out how to word it.
I kinda did a boo-boo when I went over there.
Okay.
I was very hurt that the girls
Yeah.
were not willing to come home with us, with me. And the way they were behaving, I was like, what the?
Right.
Right? I didn't say it,
What you're thinking of.
but I was. I said,
And it probably showed here.
well, I'm sure it showed there, but my words weren't the best.
Okay.
I looked at him and I said, well, give me a hug goodbye, because it's probably the last we'll see at the rate your guys are going. Not a nice thing to say.
So I actually have more of a
It
question.
was very,
My bad.
and
Emotion.
I had them come out so I could apologize to them and stuff, but
I did a similar one, but I don't apologize for that.
yeah, but it's,
It's hard.
and I apologize. It about killed me to leave without them. I have never had the girls not want to come home with me. I've never had the girls say no, they don't want to be around us. And
The 22nd?
it about broke my heart.
Tuesday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday?
Thursday.
Because the girls said they wanted to come down for Thanksgiving,
It's
Day after
always
tomorrow.
on a Thursday.
so we might be picking them up.
Oh, when's Thanksgiving? I thought you said
Well,
what
I've
day
got
is
to work
today?
tomorrow.
Oh, no, it's Thanksgiving.
Will you
I'm
Friday?
not picking them
It's
up.
Tuesday.
You and Dad can.
Yeah.
I won't go back there
So I have a
because I'm not
question for
going to
you.
have Debbie yelling at me again.
Towards the beginning of
Like
this
that.
year, chat, you said spanking is not illegal, which I'm pretty sure we were gonna. What is the? I know excessive punishment, spanking can be considered excessive. What is the determining factor on that?
Anything that leaves a mark.
Anything that leaves a mark. So other than a red ass,
Can't even do that.
can't even do that. Okay,
No marks.
no marks. Okay, I was just wanting to know because if somebody accuses somebody of something, we have something
Right.
more.
Yeah, as long as there's no marks.
Okay, because we've been told like after 15 minutes, no marks after 15 minutes or something like that.
That's kind of what they like to say, but if anybody sees a mark, then it's considered abuse.
Okay,
So it's better to not leave a mark.
okay. I just wanted to be aware of that, that way if
If you wrap with that and start with them,
it's in a sock,
Well, I've been told that will leave some marks, so you gotta be careful with that.
No, I've got a better
Phone
one.
book and a bat.
So it's,
Knock
the
it
biggest
off.
thing is don't leave marks.
That's what I
Yes,
used to do.
you can do the 15, but let's say, something happens.
Yes, in this
So
somebody-
your
particular
neighbor walks over and sees.
Yeah, in this particular
In this
situation,
particular situation, it is best practice to not leave a mark, and then there's no
It is
question.
best it's not to smack.
I'm
Unless
asking
it's a
for,
last
if she
resort.
accuses of something,
She already has. She's
I
accused
know.
us of everything besides being white.
but as she said, information
I
is
kid
key.
you not.
It is, so.
So, I'm trying to,
Also, if they do come over, get a picture of them before they leave. Keep
Yep.
it for your records.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of the butt home.
No, not the butt, but just
No.
them.
Okay.
Because, yes, we're not gonna see if you spanked them, but if they're looking happy and everything was a good visit, then obviously they want abused.
Yeah.
See, that's just it. They've never left here when they weren't happy.
Right?
no, except
See,
when we
this
didn't
is,
want to go.
this is one of the things that have us so befuddled is they've always been happy here. They've always been,
To be honest, I
worship
would like
their
to
dad.
find out what happened in their lives or in their minds in the last couple of months. That's kind of where my focus is.
yeah,
gonna be
because
here.
they adore their dad. And now all of a sudden they're saying he spanks them.
And
He
he's
has never-
terrified.
Well, actually, I heard this. I spanked him with a spoon. I was like,
A wooden spoon.
I don't use spoons.
And
I didn't get that one, just that you.
That's what Debbie told me.
Yeah, well, and
Yes.
here's the thing, the kids never said that, that's what Debbie says the kids said. Debbie
See,
said the kids
that's-
said to the counselor, which she also in the same
counselor
breath
also
says the counselor.
No, that wasn't said.
Yeah, well, in the same breath, Debbie also says the counselor's not allowed to tell her things like that.
Right.
I have it on video with the counselor, where she said both. That she lists all the stuff that the counselor said, then she tells us she can't tell us what the counselor said to the kids.
Or because the counselor can't tell her anything without
Have
a
you
memorandum.
reached out to the counselor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the whole thing started, I told her, I was like, hey, what's going on? And I told her, I was like, she's like, well, it's just a recommendation, no, I can't tell her. I was like, well, she's taking your word on it, and it's violating a court order,
Right.
because we have a custody agreement, and, I have my parental rights. And she's, because your influence on it is refusing to let me see my kids. And she's like, oh, I was like, yeah. I was like, I get where you're coming from, and I do,
Right.
but there's gonna be a
But
point in time.
There's gotta be, in my opinion, there's gotta be some sort of facts to back it up
Right.
at this
And-
point.
and What we're
She
trying to
has
figure
to
out
have
is,
enough evidence to make a CP call before she can make that recommendation
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah,
See,
there's
we're not
a
understanding-
divide. There's a
we're not
divide.
understanding why the girls would be saying this stuff that Debbie says they're saying. Why they act like they're
What
afraid
has
of Jeremy when they have
changed in-
never been afraid of him.
Custody, Debbie.
Honestly, it's his ex, Dawn, is the one thing that I can see is a big factor that has changed.
Cause they lived with Dawn for what, 2 years?
Yeah,
And they thought of her as their mother.
and well, Dawn's
And
got,
anything Dawn said was
Dawn's
law.
got a mothering complex,
She's got the girls' names tattooed on her.
and
She wants the girls.
yes,
Has always wanted the girls.
yes,
Do you have a
she's,
phone number for Dawn?
Actually, I blocked her a year ago.
Okay.
but Dawn has a mothering complex, one incident as an example, anecdotal,
Jeremy-
of course. Last winter before last, I wanted to take the girls sledding. And, I was gonna take them out into the hills, and behind a small car I had, I was gonna pull them around on an inner tube, right? I know, but Dawn was saying, no, I'm putting my foot down on it. I'm not gonna allow it, I'm putting my foot down, and I looked at her and said, it's not your foot to put down, you are not the parent. And she got super angry with that, because
Anybody
how
said
dare I?
she was not the parent of those 2 girls, she got furious. She sat right here on this couch many times telling us how she was gonna push Jeremy into taking full custody of the girls and getting Debbie out of their lives for
And
good.
she actually
And
said,
then all of a sudden, when they break up, her and Debbie are best friends.
And I
Yes.
get hit with custody fight.
And he
Yes.
gets hit with the custody fight.
How
And-
long were you and Dawn together?
Off and on since 2012.
Okay.
ending last year.
But I mean, it was Dawn.
Is she from here?
No, she's from Washington.
She just moved back.
Yeah.
The day I went there,
It's her first day back.
By the way, she's not living there.
She
was then.
She was for like a year or two. She was living there, which was like 8 people in that house in a 2-bedroom.
See, and we have a lot here, but these guys sleep out in the campground. They don't sleep in the house,
'Cause they stink.
Mostly he does.
partially.
But no, like Dawn
Just
one
so we
time
have
told
enough
me if, Dawn actually told me something along the lines of if Jeremy and Dawn ever broke up, she's gonna get full custody of the kids.
Yeah, she told me
Da-
that,
Dawn,
too.
his girlfriend at the time,
Is
no,
telling her,
You
Is-
never
is tell-
married, she didn't adopt,
No.
nothing like that?
no.
never married, girlfriend, no adoptions, no nothing.
And she's got a son that is damn scary. He has broken her bones
He has killed a cat for enjoyment.
because it was Madison's and he wanted it, and we said, no, that's Madison's, so he cut it apart.
And
Okay.
that was one of the final,
These are things that Jeremy was
afterwards.
going, I don't want them around the girls because of this stuff.
Like, okay, when I was there, you know, I kept him in check.
He
But
did.
Me and him
He
actually,
was the one that kept that kid in check.
we had some
Not
issues,
Dawn.
and I kept him in check. He got out of line, and I stepped up, and knocked it off. In fact, I almost went to jail over it a couple times because, like, right after his mom had a hysterectomy, he elbowed his mom in the stomach. And I told him, if you do it again, I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. He was 17 at the time, and I know he was a minor, but I was
And
like,
he's a big,
let's wait,
big
at 17, he was 6'4" and 315 pounds.
yeah, this is
Just a
a
little
big,
guy, little guy.
he makes my boys look miniature,
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
literally.
I was like, you know, don't do that. Well, the cops got called because me and him were yelling at each other. I actually had a warrant for my arrest for traffic violation in 2009, went to jail.
Did he take care of your traffic ticket?
That's what we've been telling him.
You can go on iCourt
Right,
and
right.
see if you have anything outstanding.
At that time, I'll vouch that he didn't even know he had it.
Yeah, it was like 5 years later. I'm like, they called a warrant for 5 years? 5 years? For
What's Dawn's last
Talk
name?
about holding a
Whitson.
grudge.
Whitson.
W-I-T.
that's what. Yeah, actually, he actually got me
And her
last
son,
week
for
when we went to see the
information,
girls.
is Jake.
Literally, the
Her
girls-
son's name's
Debbie
Jake.
told me that I literally picked the girls up, took them down by the railroad tracks around the corner there, pulled over and spanked them. I've
Which,
never done that. The only time after I picked those girls up, the only time I stopped in that town for anything was getting gas and those girls' drinks. Because it's hot summer days, so my car doesn't have air conditioning, so I'd make sure they had something cold to drink on the way back. That's the only thing I ever stopped for. All of a sudden, she's like, "Yeah, they're saying you pulled over." I'm like, "What?"
Yes, supposedly this happens every time he picks them up.
It-
He pulls over and beats them
You have a meeting?
because they wouldn't come with him.
The thing is, when I
Well,
was
if
thinking
they
about
didn't come with him, how's he supposed to beat them?
So my advice is go in pairs.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're doing now, and we're recording every interaction.
But
Yes.
it's
That way
just-
we have-
it's
But
just-
anyway, with Dawn, Jake, makes the girls sit on his lap.
Yeah.
He
Who's
is
Jake?
all,
Jake is
Dawn's
Dawn's son,
son.
the one that killed the cat.
Okay.
The one who-
the one that's so big.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always,
Does
all
he
the
have
girls,
any
he bosses them
disabilities or
around.
anything? Is he autistic?
According to Dawn, there's nothing that isn't disabled.
According to Dawn, he's been in a mental institution, which there is
2 or
medical
3
record
times.
saying that he was in a mental institution. Fucking, excuse my language.
Yeah.
That
I've had
he's
voices
had
in my face.
violent outbursts. That he is. I think at one point she said she was schizophrenic.
Pretty much, Washington State said that he showed all the signs of a serial killer.
Yes, and that's that.
So is he back in Idaho?
Yes.
Yeah,
He
as
is.
far as I know, yeah.
He is in CUNA
And as far
and
as
around the girls all the time.
And after stopped them seeing each other. But
Because
Out
this
of
is,
concern for the girl's safety.
exactly, and Debbie sat here and told my daughter and I, which I think Crystal has it on her phone, or on the computer, one or the other, that, you know,
oh, you talking the
she
one where
can't stand on, and she's afraid of Jake being around the girls
Are you
and
talking
all
about
this
the-
stuff.
Are you talking about the time that we called CPS on Debbie because
No.
she left Eric in the car for what?
Oh,
An
yeah,
hour
it
in
is.
the middle of
It
100
is
some
that-
odd degree heat with no AC.
And the windows rolled up, and he's what, 4?
Yeah,
And she had him in the pickup for about half an
it
hour.
was about 45 minutes to an hour.
And when we found out, because we didn't even know he was here, when we found out, we told her to bring him in.
Left
It
her-
took her another 10 to 15 minutes before she went out and got him.
Red face, sweating. Actually stopped sweating. You could see he
He
was,
was just-
sweating.
He was bright red. Started
was
pouring
weird.
water down him.
Yeah, it was me, Crystal, and Mom.
yeah, I was at work at that one.
So
He'll fit in my bag.
He will fit in your bag. We're gonna put him in
Please.
there.
Please, I honestly, and I'm
Put
not
it
trying
in
to,
your bag, get him some
I'm
speech
not-
therapy.
I'm not trying to be
And-
mean or anything,
and-
but
and-
honestly, I'd rather see that she treats him like a secondhand citizen.
Eric?
Yes.
Oh, are you kidding me? She treats the girls worse than she treats Eric.
Still,
Eric is her little precious darling.
I'm sorry. She treats him
You have to
like
understand,
crap.
since Alicia was born, since the day Alicia was born, she was telling Crystal and I, up until a few years ago,
That
that
she'd
she
want to have a son.
hates little girls, she only wanted boys.
She never
And
said
that, she told me that, she's told Crystal
Yeah,
that,
she never
and
did.
that's why I had the girls so much.
I don't care. I love
I
my
don't either.
daughters.
I-
I'll take them all the time.
I don't care, she could get into this full time, I'd be happy as a clam.
I love you too.
Is there child support on it?
Nope.
We have a,
Because it was 50, the way I understand it, and
Because it's 50/50, there's no
because it's
child
50/50.
support.
Yes.
oh yeah, child support, no.
Okay.
I thought you asked me if we had a child support, or I was thinking cash.
No, you have to be married.
No,
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And
Didn't know
I
it
know
was 50.
Debbie's going for. Honestly, I think a lot of.
Because that's what the
Debbie's-
favorite uncle is for, just so you know.
I think a lot of what Debbie's end game in here is
Is
for
child
his
support.
child support.
no.
I think that's a lot of
But
it.
that's just my
For
speculation.
mediation, I don't know, because with mediation, she said she didn't want child support.
That's,
told the
she,
mediator
she
that.
could
But you
tell
know
that to a
that she
mediator
has
all
said
day
that
long.
before.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm
She's
saying
also
she said
saying
that
she's
attorney
not
did say
trying to take you out of the girls' lives.
That's true, too.
And at the same
But
time,
then
going
she's
for 100%
told us that
custody.
she'd be happy if he never saw the girls again. She's told Dawn should be happy for you never to see the girls again.
That,
No, it's not gonna happen.
Do you have any questions?
I
That's
think
good service.
Now that we've talked you guys' ears off,
Oh, I loved
did you
it.
get any information?
I
you
got
needed?
a lot.
She's like, I got too much.
No, never too
I know,
much.
she's like-
It's nice to get the
Okay.
story and see the interactions
really,
because
they
it
don't get here
tells.
soon for you guys. You're 5.
No,
I
because
got 2
see,
kids I'm dropping off.
Do
Just
you have
saying.
any questions for us that we haven't answered?
not that I can think of right
Do you
now,
have any concerns?
at this point, no. Your guys' interaction shows that you're a very loving family.
We've always been close.
That's because we're all thrown back with this. It's like, what? The only thing honestly we can think of is Debbie talking and putting words in
Dawn.
fingers. Debbie and Dawn. Well, Debbie's influenced by Dawn, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
but I mean,
trickle down effect.
that picture up there, that's typical. That's typical.
I love that picture.
We're always,
I mean,
I
I
mean,
look like a creep in that.
we
so I
have
don't
each
like it.
other's back no matter what. We
No,
all, and the girls have been the center,
to be
have
fair,
been
that
the
was my
center of
fault.
our world since the
That
day
was
they
my
were
fault.
born. Those girls have been the center of our world.
So,
That hurt right. I'm
hold on, I just want
hurt.
you to know, that creepy look, there's a reason for that. So, during the picture, he was sitting right there, and with nobody able to notice, since he's right there, I put my hand on his leg and was like slowly creeping away.
Oh, that is awesome.
That
So,
is.
to be fair, the creepy look is warranted.
Oh,
Debbie made this for Jeremy for Christmas last year
I love it.
because he didn't have enough pictures. This is kept in my sewing room so that nothing can ever hit it or harm it until he gets a place for it.
I love it.
This is
All I need to do is laugh.
their
it up.
handprints
Right.
I mean, laugh
Put
it
it
that
in
they
frame.
made.
up, something, yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is absolutely gorgeous.
This is Alicia when she was tiny baby.
And now she's
She
going.
has a lot of hair.
She's going into full grandma mode now, showing
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, it's alright, I'm a grandma, I can appreciate
She
it.
They should
understands.
bust out the Metamucil drinks.
I know, yeah, watch it, dude, I could hurt you right now.
This is Melly when we found out she was ours.
Aw.
But Jeremy, you don't
She
have.
was.
No,
I
let the wallet out.
laugh now about it, but back then I used to go,
That was before Lane came in the picture. If you get
right,
me
what am I going
I'll have
to
one.
do? And I just pick her up and hold her and tell her we love her and she's okay and we don't do this.
I got the wallet size. But that was before Milena came into the picture.
Yeah,
I haven't got a new one.
yeah, that's that one up there.
They don't like you. Because as the favorite uncle, or the best uncle, you're supposed to be paying for family portraits.
I gotta have money to do that.
Well, you know, hook it, man.
William, I forbid that. William Travis, no.
I recommend the corner by,
The whistle pig?
the one, I've seen the one across from it, it's because there's both bars between,
Oh.
because the whistle pig's no
Personal
longer a bar.
experience.
Guys,
First hand Stay away from lights.
Stay
Uh,
away from the street
Well,
light,
you
you're gonna get more
ever seen The
customers.
Have you seen what?
The movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
Okay, remember, she ain't giving out. By the time I liquidate you, you be paying me. And then she got in trouble for not fulfilling.
Yeah.
That'd be him.
Oh, if I think of anything else, I'll give you a call. And like I said, I'll probably visit with the girls. I might not be till next week.
That's fine.
Like I said, I like to
Holidays
do
are weird.
Oh, well, yeah.
The girls said they're gonna come over for Thanksgiving, so I'm kinda
that. I'm hoping that they will.
do too.
I hope so.
Definitely take lots of pictures while they're here.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's gonna be up at my brother's, and there's tons of family there.
do you guys have recommendations for us moving forward? You know, being as you guys are from a position where you see more of this stuff, do you have any recommendations?
That is a smart question. How'd you come up with it?
I'm smart.
Did you Google it when you went to
I
bed?
did. I did.
Definitely, you've already done the first step, which is getting in touch with a lawyer. If you do see, definitely go in pairs to go get the girls. I would document any interactions, any phone calls, any texts, keep a journal of any
I
interactions.
love me
with
book. I got him on I love me book.
There you go.
Actually, I thought I actually started,
Good.
like, all of our text messages have referred to anything, I've been forwarding to my lawyer. Like I said, as soon as you can, I wasn't here yesterday, he sent me a picture of your card, so I sent that to my lawyer,
Perfect.
so.
It's fine,
Pretty much
'cause-
everything I'm getting is going straight there.
which is good, because that way you're getting everything you need to, you're covering yourself with all the information. Take lots of pictures with your interactions with the girls.
We've got,
And they are kids, so even if you don't speak to them directly about the situation,
we
if
won't,
you just let them be, they'll come out and give
They
it
will,
to you.
right, we don't question them about
The real
things.
situation
Oh,
will
that
come
was one
out.
thing. Have you ever told them they cannot tell mom what's going on over here?
Oh, heck no,
Hold on, if that was the case, why would,
never.
you know how often Debbie accuses my sister of stuff?
Oh my gosh.
Every week is something new. If I was telling the girls not to tell her, why would she be
My,
accusing her?
my daughter and my little granddaughter don't even stay here when the girls are around because of it.
The closest thing we've been to something like that is
They go
you know,
stay
if
with
we give Eric
friends.
a present, don't tell Eric.
Okay.
And that being said, if there's any question about us not telling her, I'm sure my sister can pull up all sorts of Facebook messages
Oh,
where fights have
jeez.
happened because the girls are saying something and they're accusing whatever, and it goes back, and Chris is like, what the hell, that's not what I said, and she's arguing with Debbie. So if there's any doubt of us telling the girls not to say anything, I can pull up records.
I just,
We
it
would
was one of those things that
never,
popped in my head as something that I didn't say.
Yeah.
we don't ask what goes on there,
And that's-
ever.
That is
and
the
we
best way
don't
to do it.
Tell them not to say anything about what goes on here. Because if there's something that we've gotta tell them not to tell, it's something that shouldn't be happening.
Exactly.
The only thing I ask
So,
them, like,
no.
if I pick the girls up, I don't ask them how the things are going with their mom, or what their mom does, or anything like that.
We ask them how school
I ask them
is.
how school is.
There you go.
What did you do for fun? Did you guys do anything? Unless they go camping or hunting, then I'll inquire about that, just because it's something fun.
Right.
And they like to camp, they like to fish, they like to do that kind of stuff.
But, you know, like, as far as their home life with Debbie, I don't ask questions on it.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So, any other recommendations besides logging everything?
Think of anything else. Seems like you guys are already doing everything.
8 time, yeah, make sure you got,
And definitely, you know, when it comes to discussing anything, make sure you do not talk anything about mom around.
We
her.
don't, we don't say a word about
And
Debbie,
that's,
or
you guys are
Bryce,
already doing
or
everything
Dawn,
you can.
or
to do
anything
that.
else. Matter of fact, it's really hard because Debbie was kinda like a second daughter to me. We
Kinda a
were
little
really
bit creepy
close.
there.
That sounds a little
Do
creepy.
you have a grandchild by your son with your daughter?
I guess that would, but I didn't know her until he brought her into the
it's
house.
like, I just realized this.
What?
You were on the same wavelength with
Yeah, I
me.
got it. As soon as you said it's a little creepy, I'm like,
But I know what
Sorry,
you're saying.
things
You
just
guys
pop out of her
yeah,
face.
We were just really close. I
I
mean,
get it, and then this is just like a huge slap in the face.
it's like she took a razor blade and just slashed me.
I just want you to know, when they came over for Christmas last year, they didn't even tell me they invited her.
Hmm.
It was my year to have them. I knew I was gonna have the girls, and all of a sudden Debbie and her husband and Eric were there. I'm like, I have no problem with Eric. It really, right now, the only time I have an issue with them is because of this. I was like,
A
okay,
little odd.
yeah.
But yeah, they were over
honestly, we
for,
were inviting them over more than we were inviting
You
him.
like that? You like that? Yeah.
Wow.
we like Debbie
I'm
more
sorry.
than we like Dawn.
Oh, and you looked at him?
So yeah. But I mean, they were over for Crystal and Maddie's birthday parties and stuff. We had birthday parties out in the garage, and we would have them over. When they got married, we had a cake and all that other stuff for them.
more for her than they did you.
You're not wrong. I'm questioning our friendship, relationships now.
Honey, we don't have a friendship. I'm your mommy.
I'm questioning this.
Question it all you
She
want.
gave you life, you have to do the rest of it.
Yeah,
gave me the
well,
best
she gave me
gift.
life, but she's giving them everything else.
That's because
She's like,
they're nice to her.
they're not you.
Because she has the grandbabies and the grandbabies.
Pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Bribery.
It's like, whose custody week is this? You got the
Exactly.
girls? Jeremy, you're not invited. Hey, come on over.
Exactly.
It's Christmas, Mom. It's not your week.
But
to go
it's
away.
not your week and it's grandbaby time.
Yes. Pretty much, I think that's what it
Exactly.
is.
My grandbabies are my everything.
And I have to be honest, I am not feeling any concerns right now. I just want to visit with the girls again. Just have some concerns about whatever could have happened in the last few months to change.
That's
And
not
that's-
us.
Honestly, the closest thing I can think of for Lacey, and it's kind of going on before that, was kind of like along with my mom's where she said something, because Lacey, she didn't want to go with me, and I was upset, and I was hurt, and when she went to give me a hug, I was like, no, I'm good. I was just trying to show her that I was upset,
Right.
and it got worse.
Okay.
After
And
that,
I told her,
it started getting
I
bad.
told her repeatedly, hey, I love you, and I give her hugs, and I want to see you. She took it too hard,
Oh,
and I think that may have
That's
started it.
the only thing we
And
can think of.
And I wasn't trying to be mean, it's just, I was hurt, I was trying to show her, hey, your actions have consequences, and I'm hurt, so I wasn't trying to hurt her, but I was trying to get her,
Could've.
I was trying to show her that I was hurting,
Right.
and I think it did more than I thought maybe, which, trust me, I felt horrible on.
No, according to Debbie, Alicia was sitting on his lap and he threw her off his lap and said, I never want to see you again. That's exactly what she told me
That's not
happened.
what happened. She went to
Why would you do that?
I do it to him.
Well, I can see doing it to him.
He is
So
tight.
brothers are 4. I have 3.
It's alright.
I got you.
My attempts to drown him in a sewage pond failed.
Swim.
Why it failed?
Just wait till you're sleeping at night.
They have to share the same
I gotta
camera.
say, okay, so I had this joke, I started years ago, I actually started in prison, because I did some work with the sewage crew out there, and I had to go in the sewage pond, which is horrible, horrible things. And the first time I ever rode a boat was on the sewage pond, which you just picture a kid in a bathtub effect, that's how it was. I burnt those clothes that way, and took a very long shower. Now, I had to joke, I was like, man, somebody ever drowned in this thing, it's nasty. So I told him, I was like, man, we just be joking around, like, oh, you drowned in a sewage pond. And, well, I gotta say, one time I went to northern Idaho, and there was those little roadside crosses,
Yeah.
right next to a sewage pond. I'm like, oh, that's a horrible thing. I'm so sorry for whoever that was. Please tell me you died in a car wreck and not in the sewage pond. I'd rather bleed to death than die in a sewage pond. That being said, I want your head into a porta potty.
No.
Oh, they're always.
My boys do the same thing, and they're gonna get old. I mean, my oldest is 22. So I can just see as they get older, it's gonna be like this. 38. Yeah.
And it doesn't stop.
That's okay.
I'll
It
be
keeps
like
them
this at
young at
90.
heart.
And
it keeps you young, yeah. Because you've always got a 12-year-old.
I've already used that one.
I'm gonna use your bedding.
I know, right?
I'm gonna put your bedding into a
And at
swimming
least 12-year-old boys are funny. 12-year-old girls.
Yeah, for the whole trailer.
That's another song.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I keep saying Alicia had puberty.
Yeah.
pool. Debbie's got 'em.
But okay, so a little bit of hope.
Mhm.
My daughter was an absolutely picky, horrible monster. Run for her child.
Crystal!
She hit puberty and she mellowed out. So there's hope.
Crystal was an absolute angel till she hit puberty and he got the worst of it. But she would walk in the door, and if I was home from work, I'd say, hey, baby, how was your day?
I will say I was not exactly wholeheartedly in a lot of that.
No, you were my four-wheeler and wrecked it.
Really?
No.
Blew
See,
himself up.
I knew I couldn't physically do anything to my
So you
sister.
manipulated her mentally?
No. I would go find like a doll of hers, and I would destroy it and leave it to
Her
her. to see it.
ceramics?
No, not her ceramics. I never did her
Oh,
ceramics. Like her
good.
teddy bears, her.
Okay.
I never
Oh,
messed
man,
with the
they're like
ceramics.
arms sewn off, looked like it had a botched surgery.
She would. It was a retaliatory thing. She would whoop my ass, so I would destroy her Backstreet Boys VHS. And
That's what happened to
and
me.
yes, that is
funny.
exactly what happened to her.
Secrets are coming out. Would you have me come over in a couple more weeks and get more secrets?
That's exactly what happened to it. I destroyed it because she kicked my ass.
She bonked him in the
She's
head
mad.
with
Wooden dowel.
the wooden dowels that go in the closet.
But that one was
I
accidental.
had taken in for stitches.
That one was accidental.
They were
we
playing
had the
sword
wooden
fight.
dowels.
Were they able to film what he lost?
No,
No, it came out right here.
it was minor brain damage.
Well, if you only have a minor brain. a
By the way,
minor
it
damage is
improved
major.
his looks,
It improved his looks, there you go.
that tells you
That
anything.
one was accidental.
I think we're gonna head out then. You have my number, you can give me a call if you have any questions. Like I said, it'll probably be next week once they get back in school, I'll go visit with the girls again.
It's okay if I have my lawyer give you a call?
Definitely.
Uh,
Definitely,
Okay.
no problem with that, so.
Figured more information she's got, stuff.
Yep. Definitely, and you know, she might be able to give me some
Callahan?
information too.
No,
No?
Mary Gray.
Yeah.
You know her name?
Hmm?
You know her name?
I'm from here.
Well, she's in Boise, so.
Yeah, but there's not very many lawyers who come out to Jim County, right?
Actually, I've never had her come out here. I know she would.
Well,
Well,
no,
now
they have
you know.
they have to cover certain,
Oh.
like, they have to be licensed in each district.
Gotcha.
And so,
Actually, yeah, she did say she can go to the, actually, she did come here for, take paperwork to Boise, because of
Yeah.
Boise.
in order for them to practice, they have to be licensed in different districts. Apparently, there's something about that. For
Too
family
confusing
law.
for me.
Yeah, it's super confusing.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, I leave lawyers alone.
Yeah.
I hope she's a good lawyer. So far.
My thing
My
is,
sister thinks she's doing,
if
I'm like,
they're
I like her as a
stay away
lawyer.
from lawyers.
It doesn't look
They're
like
out
she's
there.
doing anything just because she's not talking you.
That's what I look at, it's like, she's a lawyer doing lawyer stuff, I don't understand lawyer, what's our conversation,
What
you'd
is
be like, well, appendix B, it's like, C, if you do this, huh?
Idaho statute states blah, blah, blah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just,
And
here's a
seriously,
logistic,
every time,
don't hit people.
Having a conversation with a lawyer is just like that, so the less they talk to you.
and you gotta remember, every time
You
you
know
talk
what?
to her, she's
Having
only
a
gonna charge you.
conversation with the doctor is about the same.
Yeah,
I'm
So
used
I've been
to
sending a
that,
lot of emails.
though.
I work for eye doctors.
But you know what? As
Have
I said
since
before, it's just money,
1987,
my
so yeah.
kids are worth the money, so it's just money.
I just
Just
definitely, I think that, you know, this.
That's
this
another
is
thing.
important. Yes.
Well, I'm thinking of talking about doctors' eyeglasses. I bought the girls each 2 pair of glasses last year because she refused to take them in to get their eyes checked and they both needed them.
And actually,
So
that's,
I paid for it all.
that's actually.
And actually, he paid me back.
Actually, that's a thing that happens a lot, like she'll
Yeah.
say,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we'll bring up
constantly.
something and she'll say she took them to the doctor and everything's
And
fine.
doesn't.
And then we'll find out later she didn't. Like she told me before
So-
mom did her eyes, she told me and you both that she actually had them in an eye doctor like 2 months before that.
So one
Are
point.
you on all that information? Because as with having 50/50, any doctor they go to, you have the right to get the information from.
Yep.
So one kind of big
What is that?
issue is on her side of the family, a disease called Chiari runs in the
Chiari
family.
malformation.
It's where the brain or the skull is too small to hold the brain, and it starts leaking down the back. We wanted the girls to get checked, and she says she had them checked.
She has had them checked.
She
I
has.
actually saw the pictures
Okay.
of the
So-
girls,
Yours is just.
but it
the
was the
opposite.
day before I went to
That's
pick
the
them up
difference.
that it would happen. She was supposed to have done it a month before.
So she does have a habit of
Not following through.
not following through,
It took
Including-
years to get her to.
including
anything.
big issue things like this one. We were 100% sure she wouldn't. That was gonna have to fall on us to get this done.
She did it because Crystal hounded her.
Another thing I had an issue with is counselors. Like after
Oh.
the whole thing with that
Sorry,
real
I know
touch
you were
her,
trying
Oh,
to.
no, no,
I
you're good.
wanted to take her counselor. She fought me and fought me and fought me. I think we got her in there for like 2 weeks and then it's in yeah, she's good. So I was like, okay, well, nothing be an issue. But every time I've suggest like custody fight, every time I've had an issue, actually, the counselor, because I was actually gonna take her to the counselor before, and I talked to, the doctor down here, and she's like,
Taylor
oh,
Guy.
okay, I'd like to put them both in counseling, which I found out Alicia is the only one in counseling evidently.
Yes.
Why?
Because they don't have time for Milena.
Well,
That's what Debbie told me.
I'm stupid. Sorry, I'll bring it
So-
up.
Yeah, you're good.
I find that as a concern, is why you only favor one kid for counseling.
I find that as a concern too, because,
Because honestly,
but you have been all for counseling.
yes,
Oh,
oh, yes, oh, yes.
He was trying to get them into counseling, had it set up for counseling.
Actually, when I talked to the doctor, and I said, because her mom fights me, seriously, Debbie fights me on everything. And I told her, do not tell their mother, because it will be a fight for me. I said, I'll take the fight if I have to, if I don't have to let her know that I'm doing this, to get it done, I'll do it. And well, they called her first, and they called me like, hey, we called her first, and she's very
I told you not to.
bad. It is what it is, I wasn't mad at them.
Their appointments.
Well, you know, it wasn't, ended up not going that way at the time, but we went to mediation, she agreed to it finally, and I told her, I was like, it's not because I think you're a bad parent, but we're in a custody fight, and who knows with the runoff is the girls that we don't know, they need somebody to talk to. That's why you're here. So, but it is one of those things that every time I've ever suggested stuff, she takes it at me saying she's a bad parent, and I forget what it was before that. But there
Oh
was
my
something.
gosh.
There was something, I was like,
When Lacey was a baby, she had ear infections. Oh,
and like, my concern right now is just why the fact that Elena's not going to the same council as Alicia.
Which I agree, that is good.
And I didn't know this until recently. Like, actually, when I went to see the counselor, and I was like, was Elena getting counseling? She's like, no. I'm like, okay.
she told me it's because the place doesn't have time for Melania.
That's business. That's exactly what they do anytime.
I know, but that's what she told me.
These
So that's a
guys,
concern of mine. I
Definitely.
don't know if that benefits you guys at all,
I'll
or,
make a note of it.
I know they've been trying to get out of here for like the last hour though.
I know.
You guys tired of us?
No.
We're staying for dinner.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was gonna ask if you guys wanted coffee, but I don't know if you guys
I was gonna say,
Yeah, we have instant coffee.
I have,
No, we're good, thank you. We should probably do.
I've got
that.
Mountain Dew,
No,
got
we
a
don't.
car,
No, you
they go
don't.
get it. I was at the store, I
Thank
went
you
and got
for
a
making
ticket.
it so we're on our way.
Yeah, very
You
cool.
hyper him much more.
Yes, definitely.
He's always hyper.
Thank you.
holding out.
Yes, I have, my darling.
See how we're treated? Can we call CPS?
Yes, you can, but you're an adult. But you
But-
call adult protection.
But she
But
says,
then they'll worry about her safety.
but she always says that we are her children, that will never change.
It won't change, but the law says because you're an adult
But it's
and
child.
you're abusing your mom.
It's child.
I'm witness that you're abusing your
It
mom.
is child.
It's not abuse yet.
Wait, what'd you say? What did you say? Say
Trust
elderly
me.
protection suit? Like,
Yeah.
Elderly
Adult
protection.
protection service. And don't worry, she would win in the court, you guys can get away.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
that's
So
true.
fast.
first she has to go to court, but she's gonna be tied to the chair for not giving us Mountain Dews.
I heard that.
I got the key, they can't do it without it.
Yeah, Rick.
You don't beat on my Betty with a brick.
Betty, you can call her Betty.
My car's name is Betty Boop.
See, you should,
It's got a big
it would've
butt
been better if it was like a black car. Black Betty.
No, it's not like Betty, it's Betty Boop.
This is mom.
Thank you for letting me come over and visit with you guys, I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's not a
I gotta be honest, I
problem.
was kinda really nervous at first.
I know, I
Everybody
always make
is.
people nervous and I try
I know.
not to.
As you can see, I'm standing out there going,
Yes,
Yes,
come
she's like,
on.
"Oh, my doggy's right there."
but my doggy will get out of there.
He's only been
Calm
around
down.
like 20 times.
Just
so-
funny.
Yeah.
I think that was last
He
week.
has been on my
Yeah,
twice.
he gets out.
Oh, I knew it once. When was the second time?
I'm
Twice.
lost, how we go.
Left.
Through there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I get lost very easily.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
This house is really, open.
It's weird.
Oh, it's kitty.
You want them in?
No, these guys don't come in. Only one comes in, and that's Rosie.